free so he can make passes, and when he has had a chance, he's done a really good job. And on the other end, it's been hard to hurry other quarterbacks and to contain them. So I think the line play is going to be big today. See if they can open up some holes. See if they can figure out a way to bother the opposing quarterback.
Well, the word we got was Jay Smith, who has been battling a lower leg injury all season long. Looks like he's good to go and going to give it a go tonight. But Braden Packard, no relation, who has been very solid on the defensive side. A heavy brace on his left knee with a serious limp. He's unavailable tonight, and based on the way he was looking, it might be a couple weeks before we get him back, and that's a big loss for the Berries.
Yeah, we saw him a little earlier, and he had that kind of brace that he had on. And, yeah, we've been saying his name all season, Joe. He's been really big for us. And, it's kind of the next man up, maybe gives a young guy an opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities on this team right now as Mike Johnson tries to formulate something where, the next time we have a lot of seniors, we can have a really good squad. But right now, pretty good squad, just young and going up against some very big and tough schools.
Yep, Marion is 2-3 on the season. As we mentioned, the Berries are 1-4. That lone win coming at Broad Ripple High School on Wayne Gretzky Stadium, beating Indianapolis Tech 48-12. A tough game last week against McCutcheon, a misleading 1-3 record. McCutcheon, a very, very talented ball club. They've got Kokomo tonight. I'm curious to see how that game might go. It's in McCutcheon, and I give the Mavericks a fighting chance based on what we saw last week.
Absolutely, Joe. I mean, there's so many good teams in this conference that you kind of never know what's going to happen. As we have the ceremonial Metallica playing here at LMH Stadium. Always exciting, always a highlight. The smoke rolls out for, I would say, at least over a minute.
I would say,
yep. The smoke is that Metallica builds to its crescendo, and then they come running out. And pretty soon after that, we're kind of to the tip-off or the coin toss and the kickoff. So this crowd is really filling in here. Still plenty of seats, especially on the silver sections to the side. But here come the Berries, and it's going to be a tall order tonight.
And if you want to see it, go to Matt Jones' Twitter feed, at Berry Principal. He's down there with his phone recording the entire thing, so you get a chance to see what it's like here on the field.
I tell you what, Matt Jones is just the master of being a principal, of being a supporter. And you're right, Joe. Follow him on Twitter, Barry Principal, because he is connected to the school system, all the athletics and everything.
All right, we will step aside for a break. Still plenty more to come here on the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show. There's more to come live from Logansport. What up, YouTube?
I wonder if they can hear us.
Thank you once again, Alan James. Welcome back to LMH Stadium as we continue with the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show in the North Central Conference. Tonight, Indianapolis Tech plays host to Anderson. As we mentioned, Kokomo is at McCutcheon. A big game in Tippecanoe County. Lafayette Jeff at Harrison and Richmond at Muncie Central. I was talking with Mr. Urban, the teacher at LHS, who's an assistant on the Lafayette or on the Harrison's staff. He said he thinks this squad has a chance. He said we got a lot of big kids. We just got to get them mean against that very good Lafayette Jeff team.
Absolutely, Joe. And, Mr. Urban, I get a kick out of him. He's really a cool teacher
yes, he is.
Here at LHS. And, as we look down here on the field and the Marion Giants over there and the white jerseys, the purple helmets there, and here come the Berries walking up and the coin flip. They're about ready to start going. And, if you win the coin toss, what do you do, Joe? Do you do a kick? Do you do a receive? I don't
want Tim Jones to have the ball any more than he possibly can. If it's me, I take the ball to keep Tim Jones at least on the sidelines, at least for the first series.
Yeah, and it's always a tough call because you go 4 and out, and all of a sudden
right.
You may get really good field position. I mean, I guess if you kick it, I'll play devil's advocate because I think I agree with you. But if you kick it, then maybe there's not a big return, and maybe he has to go further down the field. But Logansport, we're going to have to see, I think, how Bryson Herr looks out there because, he's been injured kind of all week, and we'll see what kind of mobility he has.
Yep. Well, the Berries won the toss, and they have elected to receive, so that's what will happen when this game kicks off. That will do it for the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show. We will step aside. When we return, we will have the opening kickoff of this North Central Conference game live from Logansport.
YouTube, are you out there? You guys get to hear us during our commercial breaks. I think it's part of the magic of our setup is that the commercials are running through the radio station, and we're running through the YouTube stream and the radio station. So that's kind of the difference, but we'll try to give you some fun facts as we go along.
You won't get to hear the LSB check selfie commercial with Josh Hopper and his grandma, so that's available only on AM 1230 FM 94.9 WSAL.
That's right. Switch to there during commercial.
Thanks once again, Alan James. Welcome back to LMH Stadium, and the opening kickoff is underway. Marion will boot it away to Isaac Russell, catches it at the 10-yard line. He will set up a return toward the right-hand side, waiting for the wedge. He's got some running across the 35, across the 40, still on his feet, breaks the tackle. He's going to be in Marion territory. He's going to be knocked out of bounds on a D-cleater on that block from Deegan Kitchell, which got Dave Packard excited.
Holy cow, Deegan Kitchell just leveled a dude. If you get a chance to go back maybe to YouTube to see that. But what a great run as Russell was kind of picking his spots, being very patient and following his blockers, and he got a big block for an extra 10 there.
54-yard kickoff return to start things off. The Berries will start in Marion territory. First down and 10 at the Giant 36-yard line. So how about that for a start here tonight at LMH Stadium?
That looked like a penalty. It was so hard. His family had to have felt that one.
So Bryson Herr under center, Chris Devalier in the back, in fullback position. Jackson Walker in motion. Herr back to pass. He's got a man open down the middle. It is going to be caught, and it is a touchdown. 36-yard touchdown pass to Caden Walker. That pass was on the money, and Caden Walker was wide open in the secondary.
Holy cow, and Mike Johnson wanted to make a statement early. He knows that they're probably thinking a lot of run, and so he dials up that pass play straight down the middle, right where it needed to be, and I don't have any more questions about Bryson Herr's ability to pass tonight.
And it helps when you got the big fellas up front giving them plenty of time, which they did. Great pass blocking by that offensive line, and an outstanding pass. And Caden Walker, with his speed, was able to get loose and free in the secondary. And this crowd is on fire, up 6-0 with the point after to come.
Holy cow, Joe! Yeah, you know when you got a big guy come into your house, sometimes you got to give him the haymaker early.
And the kick is no good, and I'm not sure what happened. Is that was short, and we know Dylan's got a strong enough leg, Dylan Ham, to make it from 20 yards. Perhaps his foot hit the turf before making contact with the ball, because that never had a chance, unfortunately, and it comes up short. But the Berries are on top 6-0 with 11:42 on a 36-yard touchdown pass. So a 54-yard kickoff return from Isaac Russell and a 36-yard touchdown pass, and the Berries with an early 6-0 lead.
Well, I tell you what, I didn't go to broadcasting school, so I'm just going to say that sucked. I can't believe that not the kick in particular, but just that we did not make the extra point. A couple games ago, we talked about how the kicking game was having a tough time. Last week, we thought we had it resolved.
Yep.
Everything was going good, but boy, the Berries really needed 7 or 8 on that one.
So the choice to take the football first was a smart one by Coach Johnson. I'm sure he didn't think that he'd have a 54-yard kickoff return by Isaac Russell, but outstanding special teams. And then a great play from her to Caden Walker. And just like that, 6-0 Logansport, and only 18 seconds have gone by.
That is unbelievable, Joe. And what a difference field position makes. We haven't had great field position on kickoffs. Russell gets us the field position, and the rest is history.
So Braden Diaz to handle the kickoff duties for the Berries, and dropping back deep for the Giants. Looks like Bo Guerrero is one of the deep men to receive this kick for the Giants. So we will see how Logansport handles some prosperity, as they didn't have a whole lot last week, as McCutcheon pretty much had their way with the Berries after that impressive victory at Broad Ripple High School, knocking off Indianapolis Tech. So great start for Logansport. We'll see if they can keep it going. Diaz will put his right foot into it. A high and short end-over-end kick, and it is a live football as the return man allows that ball to hit the turf. He's got some running room across the 20, now tries to get to the outside, across the 30, still on his feet, and he is finally shoved out of bounds, he being Joseph Johnson on the return. Out at about the 36-yard line, and that's where Marion will take over on their first play from scrimmage. Logansport on top 6-0.
Yeah, the Berries tried to kind of pin him back a little bit, but nothing doing as the returner able to kind of get to the sideline, like you said, and get some major yardage. So pretty good field position, really, here at the 34.
Yep. And they rule him out of bounds at the 34. That's where Marion will take over. A little bit of confusion defensively for the Berries, as Coach Russell had to go out onto the field of play to direct traffic and get the correct personnel in. So we will see what Marion does with their first play from scrimmage, with Jaden Johnson in the backfield with Jones, and Jones will hand it off to Johnson. He's got some running room across the 35 out to the 40-yard line. Solid 6-yard gain on first down for Marion, setting up 2nd down and 4.
Well, the Giants would really like to have a super big play to counteract that Berry strike. We've got a plethora of coaches to our right that are ready to dial up that perfect play.
So Ryan Mullins in that nose tackle position, going to try to make a play, and in the backfield, Jones is hit in the backfield. Lauren Taylor blew that one up. A loss of a yard on that play. The ball comes loose, but the whistle had long been blown dead. They're going to give him forward progress though out to the 40, so that's a pretty good spot for Marion. It looked like he lost a yard.
Yeah, the runner had such a good fake that I was paying attention to him, and all of a sudden there's a dog pile pushing the quarterback backwards.
So no gain on the play for Marion. Makes it 3rd down and 4 for the Giants. 2 receivers now out to the left. Tim Jones in the gun with Jaden Johnson in that fullback position in the Marion backfield. And Jones now will throw a little bubble screen, and it is incomplete through the hands of Joseph Johnson. Close to being a lateral, but they will rule that a forward pass. And now decision time for the Giants. 4th down and 4. It looks like they're going to send the punt unit on, at least to pretend like they're going to punt this ball away. I'm sure the Berries will be on the lookout for a fake, especially with this good field position for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm calling a fake. I'm calling a fake on this one, Joe. The Marion Giants, I don't think, want to give us the ball right back. I think they'd like to try to break our spirit just a little bit.
And perhaps that good return from Isaac Russell, that could also factor into their decision-making process, as Russell standing at the 35-yard line to receive this punt from Marion. 6-0 Logansport on top. Here's one off the side of his foot, high end over and very short. The Bears got to be on the lookout so it doesn't hit one of the return men, and it doesn't. Takes a slight Marion bounce, but it rolls dead at the 41-yard line. Great starting field position once again for the Berries. So not a great punt for the Giants, and Logansport in business once again, 1st and 10 with great starting field position.
I tell you what, the punter back there was kind of holding his hands like a quarterback, and I thought, but kicked it right away into orbit. I mean, that didn't go very far, but it went pretty high. Could have easily bounced back and about landed where he was, but did not. So pretty good field position for the Berries, and they haven't had that much at home this year.
Just a 26-yard punt from Xavier Leon. Logansport has it 1st down and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Isaac Russell split out wide to the right. Caden Walker in motion. Her back to pass. Now he'll set up the swing pass to Caden Walker, who's got one man on an island.
Oh, he dropped
the ball knocked out of his hands. He comes up and picks it up. He's going to have a loss of yardage as Walker spins his way close to the original line of scrimmage, out to the 38-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play, but it could have been a whole lot worse for the Bears, as that was a fumble on the turf here at LMH Stadium.
Oh, my gosh, a pretty good screen there to the right, but he didn't really have any blockers. It was kind of one-on-one there. And, Joe, it sounded like you saw somebody hit the ball, but I thought he just dropped it. Either way, the ball came loose rather freely. And he's very lucky that nobody from Marion fell on that.
Loss of 3 for Logansport. 2nd down and 13 for the Berries. They have it at their own 38-yard line. Isaac Russell split out wide left. Now DeValier gets the handoff up the middle. Has a little bit of running room, but he is brought down after a minimal gain. Give him out to the forward progress out to the 42-yard line for a gain of 4. It will set up 3rd down and 9. To Sean Inman with the stop.
I tell you what, Joe, the misdirection in high school football, it's probably just my eyes getting old, but I always think the wrong guy has the ball. You know, there's 3 people that are acting like they have the ball, and you got to try to pick it out.
So Bryson Herr under center with DeValier in the fullback position. Isaac Russell split out wide to the left. And now Herr will hand off to DeValier. Makes the first man miss. He's going to be just short of the first down. And that big loss on first down really came back to hurt the Berries on that series of downs.
Gosh.
Gets it out to the 48-yard line. Will be 4th down and 3. And Coach Johnson is going to leave his offense out there. Looks like he's going to go for it. At least going to give that impression that he's going for it.
I tell you what, that was a heck of a run there by DeValier, being patient, following his blockers. Just couldn't quite get there. But here we go, Joe.
Let's see if maybe they'll screen to Deegan Kitchell. We'll see if maybe that was what they dial up here. 4th down and 3. Instead, they're going to go to DeValier up the middle, and he will have the first down, I believe, very close.
That's very close.
But I think they're going to give him forward progress. It's a good defensive play by the Giants.
Oh,
but I think
gosh.
The head of steam that DeValier had is going to get him that first down as they will spot it. Well, they didn't get a real good spot there, Dave, and it looks like they might be an inch or 2 short.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from our vantage point. I didn't think he quite made it. You thought he may have made it with that forward progress. You know, it's a pretty generous spot. You look down there at the down marker. It's about on the 49. The ball down here, I think, is a little bit ahead of that 49. I feel like that it's going to touch the ball. I feel like the chains are going to touch the ball. But that's me eyeballing it. I just told you I had bad eyes.
Well, that looks like Matt Henderson, I believe, holding one of the chains. His daughter Gracie is going to celebrate senior night for the Logansport Lady Berry soccer team on Monday night. And we'll see as the chain gang has handed the chains to the officials, and they're trying to make sure this is absolutely correct, and it's going to be inches short of the first down. And
you got to be kidding!
On downs, and I thought that was what was going to be just short. So give Marion credit for coming up with a stop. It looked like DeValier was going to have enough forward momentum to get that first down, but they came up and rose to the occasion and brought him down an inch or 2 shy of the first down. Marion will take over 1st down and 10. At their own 49-yard line.
What great defense there by the Marion Giants to stop the Berries. A bold call and so close.
So Ryan Mullins in at the nose tackle position for the Berries. Roman McGrew as well with Lauren Taylor and Scotty Barron forming that front 4 for the Berries. Tim Jones once again in the gun for the Giants. Jaden Johnson, his fullback with 2 receivers. 3 receivers now. Split out wide to the right for Marion. And Jones.
Oh, no.
Will hand the ball off to Johnson. Has running room. Breaks 1 tackle. Is now into the second. Or inside the 40. He is going to be forced out of bounds. He will have the first down, though, depending on where they spot him. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 25-yard line. Gain of 26 on that play. And you saw the hole right away, Dave.
Yeah, that was a great run there by Jaden Johnson. Only a sophomore. You know, you got a quarterback that's a sophomore. You got a running back that's a sophomore that can run like that. And what a good play. I thought that the Berries may have jumped off sides, but no flag on that play.
Now Johnson will keep it again on the handoff to the 20-yard line. Fights his way down to about the 19-yard line. Deegan Kitchell on the stop, but a 6-yard gain.
I tell you what, Joe, the Berries have been, playing with house money here, and, the Marion Giants aren't too happy that they scored on them immediately and tried to go for it on 4th down. So this might be a pride drive, and if we can hold them to a field goal, I think that will be a very big thing.
We saw the saw the Berries come up huge in the red zone in the first quarter last week against McCutcheon. Can they do that again? Jones will keep it himself on a quarterback keeper, breaks 1 tackle, and he's going to be in for a touchdown, and that was all Tim Jones. 19 yards on the carries. There was not a whole lot of running room. He made a couple men miss, and then some great elusiveness into the secondary, and it's touchdown 6-6 with the point after to come.
Yeah, that was a beautiful run. I thought that the running back had it, quarterback keeper. Both of them ran very solid on that play. But a great drive there by Marion to even the score and maybe even go up by one.
Lucas Warner in for the point after to try to break this 6-all tie with 7:38 to go here. Action-packed beginning to this ball game. Low snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good just inside that left upright, and it is 7-6. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 7:38 to go first quarter. Marion 7, Logansport 6, and time for the Berries to come up with an answer. They've moved the ball pretty good on that drive last time. That 3-yard loss on first down really put them behind the 8 ball.
I tell you what, this team I think has always been a roller coaster of emotion for me, Joe. And we were up at the beginning. And you know what scares me the most about this Marion Giants team is that was a beautiful drive for that touchdown. The 4 coaches to our right from Marion, they didn't even flinch. Mm-hmm. They didn't even celebrate. They weren't even happy about it. And that means that they expect that kind of thing to happen. Normally the coaches up here are acting like they won the Super Bowl when they score on us, but these guys are calm, cool, and collected, and that's not good news for the Berries, but we'll see what they can do on this next drive.
Well, what is good news is our Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show guest just arrived. So I almost gave it away. This person will be here for halftime. So we've had outstanding halftime guests all year long, and that will continue tonight.
This guy, we've had all kinds of different people, but this guy is a Berry through and through, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's always good.
Warner's line drive kickoff is going to be fielded by DeValier at the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll try to set up a return to the right this time, but he is going to be brought down from the backside. As DeValier was trying to wait for the wedge to set up some blockers, and he was brought down from behind. Nicely done by Rashad McCollum, 6'2 senior. And Logansport with by far their worst starting field position of the night.
And they haven't boded too well with bad field position in this season at least. But those Marion Giants, man, they got some big guys, they got some fast guys, and that didn't take too much effort to track him down.
So the ball will be spotted at the 18-yard line. First down and 10 for the Berries. We have Logansport Savings Bank's Josh Hopper down alongside the track. One of the local celebrities here in attendance tonight. Now Jackson Walker will get a pitch around the left side. He tries to get some run room, and he does. Gets to the edge, across the 30, across the 40. One man to beat into Marion territory.
So close!
And he is finally brought down, but not until he gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. 47 yards on that play. First and 10, Logansport in Marion territory.
Oh, my. That was unbelievable, Joe, as he ran down the left sideline. Almost outran everybody. Kind of got somebody in his shoestrings early. That allowed the rest of the Marion Giants to catch up and tackle him. But if he could have just been a little bit, and I know he had turned on the burners as fast as he could go, but just a little bit more, he would have been gone. And what a great play.
First down, Logansport at the 35-yard line of Marion. 7:20 to go first quarter. Marion 7, Logansport 6. We've had a lot of action in just over 5 minutes of game time here. Now pitch to the right side to Caden Walker. Tries to get to the edge, and he does inside the 30. Vaults his way close to the first down. We'll have to wait and see where they spot it. Got him at the 25-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down, and it is. So first down, Logansport.
I tell you what, Joe, I mean, I don't know what was in the water this week, but this Berries team is not the same one we saw really last week. It's hard to tell because all the opponents are different. But Marion big and strong, and the Berries, smaller and faster. And so whatever Mike Johnson's been working on this week, so far working.
Well, hopefully Jackson and Caden's sister, Kaylee Walker, an LHS grad from 21 down in Florida, hopefully she's taking advantage of seeing her little brothers on YouTube. Now counterplay to Jackson Walker. Tries to get to the edge, gets to the outside, stiff arm, and he has a nice gain on first down, down to the 20-yard line. Well done that time from Jackson Walker. Leander Rogers on the stop, but Jackson did a nice job getting to the edge and then making a couple extra yards with that stiff arm.
And we've talked about the Walker brothers all year long. They've been formative. Caden's a pretty good role model as far as athletics goes, and if Marion didn't know about the Walker brothers, they know now.
And they'll rule that his knee touched down at the 21-yard line, so a gain of 4 on that first down carry. Second down and 6 for the Berries. 5:55 to go first quarter. Marion 7, Logansport 6. 5 seconds on the play clock, so Bryson hurries the Berries to the line of scrimmage. They'll have to get this ball snapped, and they do. Now pitch to the right side to Caden Walker. Waits for his blockers to develop. Beg your pardon, that's Isaac Russell. And a good job by the Marion defense as they strung that out. Minimal gain for Isaac Russell. Bo Guerrero on the stop. 3-yard pickup. And we've got a stoppage of play. As Marion will take a timeout with 5:33 to go as they want to discuss this third down play for the Berries. 3rd down and 3 at the Marion 18-yard line. Been a great start for Logansport.
It's been incredible, Joe. And I mean, it may just be that this is the game we're watching, but I think this is the best start for the Berries by far, and maybe the best they've looked all year. And it's hard to tell if we can sustain this through a whole game. But right now, the Berries putting it to the Marion Giants. The scoreboard may be that the Marion's up by 1, but the Berries, I think came on maybe as an underdog in this game.
Yep.
And so they're just showing a lot of heart. And I'll give kudos to that line because you can't run and you can't throw without a line. So the offensive line or the offensive line really stepping up. Sorry, I got my wires crossed there. Long week, Joe.
Yep.
At the schools.
And speaking of Long, Grayson Long down on the sidelines for the Berries at Marion University, here to cheer on his former squad. And a member of Logansport's baseball team from a year ago, Rylan Campbell, who was wearing a Michigan sweatshirt last week. But I won't mention that, Rylan. I have forgotten all about that. Please don't pay it any attention. Here's a big 3rd down for Logansport. 3rd down and 3 at the Marion 18-yard line. Deegan Kitchell shifts over out of the right side of the formation in that tight end position. Now the handoff inside to Baldini, and he will have the first down. Nice job by the right side of that offensive line as Elliott had a nice hole, hit it quickly, and gets the first down for Logansport.
And what has Mike Johnson been putting in the Wheaties for this team morning meetings? Because this is a totally new Berries team than really what we've been watching. They've struggled on offense pretty badly, and tonight they're just looking so sharp, and it's just been fun to watch.
Clock stopped as Baldini was knocked out of bounds and getting that first down. 5:28 to go, first quarter. Marion 7, Logansport 6, but the Berries are in the red zone trying to get that go-ahead touchdown. Chris DeValier back in at fullback, and now we get a flag on the play. Nope, we get a stoppage. It's going to be a timeout called by Coach Johnson. So both teams have taken a timeout here in just over 6 minutes of game time here in this first quarter. With Marion on top 7-6, the missed PAT, the difference in the game right now. Curious to see if the Berries get a touchdown. Will they go for 2 to try and get that point back that they lost on that missed PAT?
And maybe whatever coach from Logansport drew the Marion straw as far as scouting really did a good job of pre-planning for this team, because maybe they're seeing certain defenses, certain things that they like, that they think they can counter. But the Berries knocking on the door, ready to try to go up again against the Giants, and that would be 2 leads in this early part of the game.
And a whole lot going on. Dave mentioned that he's been busy this week. You're going to be even busier next week with homecoming festivities and Spirit Week, College Gear Day on Monday. So I trust that you're going to have the Crimson and Cream of IU on Monday, because I have a feeling I'm going to be rolling with my Spartan Green despite our woeful football program.
I'm going to try my best, Joe. Homecoming, a really busy week for us in the Berry broadcast. We'll be trying to cover all the festivities. But if you're a public member, I think that Wednesday is going to be the big time where you come out for the parade about 5:30 and then stay for the Powder Puff game and the top 5 announcement here at the stadium. So come on out. It's all free.
1st and 10, Logansport at the Marion 14-yard line. Walker in motion, her back to pass. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and it is caught by Jackson Walker for a touchdown.
Holy cow.
Breakdown in coverage as Jackson was wide open, and Bryson Herr was able to connect in his second touchdown pass, this one to the other Walker brother.
I tell you, like a shot in billiards where you got a lot of green ahead of you, that's still a hard throw to make. You got a guy wide open, kind of running towards the corner, easy to overthrow him, almost did. But receiver able to get up, get his feet down, and what a remarkable and awesome start here for the Berries. If you're wondering if you should come out, get in your car, listen to us on the way here, and cheer on these Berries, because they are playing on fire tonight.
And the Berries will go for 2 following that missed extra point, with Chris DeValier in at fullback and the Walker brothers in at wingback position. Now Herr rolls out to his right. He's got a man open, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion to Deegan Kitchell, as Bryson Herr has been on target here in the early going, showing no ill effects of that turned ankle from a week ago. 2-point conversion is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 5:21 to go, first quarter. Logansport 14 and Marion 7. And the scoreboard operator is going to be busy, Dave, the way these offenses are going so far.
I tell you what, I mean, you would expect that the Berries would cool off sometime, but if Marion keeps scoring, they're going to have to keep scoring as well. But what a track meet tonight, and you wonder, did you talked about Grayson Long being here? Is Isaac Mock here, and did he dress up in another jersey? Because Herr is playing just out of his mind out there. And I really haven't paid attention. Have you seen any ill effects with the legs?
Just a little bit when he's going back and forth between the huddle and the sidelines to get the play call from the coaching staff. You notice just a little bit of a limp, but so far it has not affected him in the passing game. And we've seen Isaac Russell a couple of times be the gopher to run those plays in back and forth.
I tell you what, the pride that I'm feeling as a Berry fan right now. I mean, this was a formidable team, just like several that we've had recently where we've really, really struggled. But tonight, there's something good in the air. We'll take all the credit since we're in the school system.
That's right.
Probably just a high five here, a high five there. But this team's really starting to gel, and it is beautiful to see.
And perhaps they saw something in film preparation, because they've been very aggressive throwing the ball, much more so than we've seen in the past. So perhaps they saw something, but whatever they saw and it seems, it has worked so far as Logansport's clicking on all cylinders offensively. So here's Diaz, a high and short end-over-end kick caught by one of the Marion upmen, and they're trying to set up a return to the left. Tries to get to the corner, and he's unable to do so. Knocked out of bounds. Nicely done there by Quentin Danley. Knocking out Jeremiah Johnson out of bounds. 32-yard line is where the ball will be spotted, and that's where Marion will take over for their third possession of the night.
And I hold my breath every time you got a Marion Giant in an open field, because, I mean, these guys, when they're in the open field, are really dangerous. And so if Logansport can kind of clutter things up and keep them from having that open field, have them go on against more than one person, that would be, I think, the best way to go.
Yep. Diaz has kicked the ball short both times, so I believe that is by design to try, as you said, to try and limit that dangerous return game for the Marion Giants. So Tim Jones in the gun. Now hands off to Johnson. Johnson will fall forward out to about the 35-yard line for a 3-yard pickup. Good play by the front of that Logansport defense. Ryan Mullins at the bottom of that pile following a 3-yard gain. And now Ryan helping out one of the offensive linemen who's having trouble with his chin strap. And Ryan, some good sportsmanship there. He learned that from his JAG teacher last year. Helping out the left guard, getting him ready for this second down play. 2nd down and 7 for Marion. Now Jones will keep it himself, and he's got some running room into Logansport territory. 45 brings Alex Russell still on his feet.
Jeez.
Jones still on his feet inside the 35-yard line. He is finally brought down by Ryan Mullins, but not until he gets all the way to the 32-yard line, as that was an inspired run by Tim Jones. That play initially was designed to go to the right. There was nothing there, and there was a lot of open field to that left, and he had a big gain for Jones.
That looked a lot like Thanksgiving football with my 10-year-old niece and nephews, as he was just dragging Berry players. I mean, and that's what we talked about. These guys, even if they are having some trouble, they have all these explosive play opportunities, and boy, that guy is a big guy to bring down.
33-yard gain for Jones. Marion has it 1st and 10 at the Logansport 32-yard line. Jones back to pass. Puts the ball up, and it is going to be intercepted by Caden Walker. Walker still on his feet across the 30, across the 35, and they'll say that he stepped out of bounds. But a big play that time from Caden Walker, and the Berries defense comes up with a huge stop.
Holy cow, that was just incredible, Joe. Caden Walker is just fired up. I was talking to his dad before the game. He didn't say anything about him being extra fired up, but man, he is playing out of his mind, and the leaders on this team are really stepping up, I think inspiring the whole bunch.
An ill-advised pass that time from Jones, throwing into double coverage. He overthrew his receiver as well. That was well covered by the Berries defense, and Caden Walker, well, that sure-handedness that we saw on the receiving side of the ball, now we see it on the defensive side. So Logansport will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 34-yard line with 4:10 to go. First quarter, Logansport on top, 14-7. Now her back to pass. Now swing pass to Jackson Walker, who's got some running room, and he is brought down from behind. Great ankle tackle that time from Mashad McCollum, as Jackson Walker had a lot of running room, but McCollum brings him down, but the Berries still get 3 yards on that 1st down play. 2nd down and 7 for Logansport at their own 37.
Yeah, McCollum, linebacker, senior, 226-2, and I think that Walker thought that he might have a little bit more space. Yep. The defender came from behind, and so he was kind of planning his next run, trying to go the distance, and that was a great stop.
2nd down and 7 for Logansport at their own 37-yard line. Isaac Russell split out wide to the left. Now handoff to Chris DeValier, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, but bounces off that man. Tries to make another man miss. He does. Still on his feet is DeValier. He is going to be short of the 1st down, but not by much. An inspired run that time from DeValier out to the 43-yard line. As good a 6-yard gain as you're going to see in high school football. Leaves 3rd and short for the Berries.
Yeah, the Berries just really bouncing off of people, running past people, and maybe they saw something in the game film for Marion that said that if they kind of keep their balance, stay on their feet, if they're able to kind of quickly get to places that they might be able to run past.
So Bryson Herr with a bit of a limp as he runs back to the huddle after getting the play call from the sideline. Gets the Berries to the huddle. 3rd down and 1. Logansport has it at the 43-yard line. Now Tavalia gets the handoff. He will have the first down as he is brought down, but not until he gets the first down. Amir Howard on the stop, but a 3-yard pickup for Tavalia. And it is 1st down and 10 as the Berries will move the chains.
Boy, Joe, this is just unbelievable start here for the Berries as they are still firing on all cylinders. I mean, if we could keep the ball for the rest of this quarter and maybe even get close to a score, we could think about going up 2 scores with 3 quarters left.
2:25 to go, first quarter. 14-7, Logansport. They have it 1st down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Isaac Russell to the bottom of the formation, split out wide to the right. Now the counter play to Scotty Barron. Barron tries to make the first man miss, but he cannot as he is wrapped up. Nicely done by Amir Howard. And a loss of 2 on the play, make it 2nd down and 12. Scotty did all he could, but he had no chance. That's great play by Howard.
Yeah, Howard, a big fella, and kind of, it looked almost like professional wrestling out there as he's able to turn the runner around a couple times until he got him tackled. I thought he was just going to maybe pick him up and choke slam him or slam him like Andre the Giant. He had him in his hands.
1:45 to go here in the first quarter. The Berries on top 14-7. They have it 2nd down and 12 at their own 44-yard line. Isaac Russell split out wide to the left. The Walker brothers in at wingback. And now her back to pass has good protection. The pass is going to be behind Isaac Russell as there was some miscommunication that time on the slant-in pattern that time from Russell. I think maybe Bryson thought he was going to cut that route off, and Isaac kept going, and it was behind him, and the Bears are fortunate that did not get intercepted. Falls to the turf incomplete, and 3rd and long for the Berries.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a post instead of kind of an out, and it looked like the quarterback may have thrown that out because if Isaac Russell turns that other direction and the defender can't get a hold of him, it looks like it's right in his hands and maybe another touchdown.
So we'll see what the Berries draw up. 3rd down and 12. Her back to pass, and now they set up the screen pass to Jay Smith, and that was well done by the Marion Giants as that was Xavier Leon. He was the only man out there, but he made the tackle in the open field, and the Bears will be forced to punt this one away. 4-yard pickup on 3rd and long, but it'll be 4th down for the Berries, 4th down and 8.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was Michael Berry or not, but one of the Berry blockers just kind of didn't see the guy that was there that he could have blocked, and so the runner had no chance on that one.
Well, Caden Walker will do the punting, so we saw him pressed into duty last week after that ankle injury to Bryson Herr. So Caden Walker, who had some experience last week punting, and we'll see what he does. And now he will kick it, and this is not one of Caden's better efforts as this is off the side of his foot, and that is not what he wanted, and that is going to be a very, very short punt. Caden upset with himself, and Marion's going to have excellent starting field position here in the last minute of play here in this quarter to the 40-yard line, a 12-yard punt that time from Caden Walker, and we saw him punt pretty well last week in relief of Bryson Herr.
Well, I tell you what, it's hard to tell what's going through a player's mind when you make so many big plays. This game has just been electric the whole time, and then, of course, you're back there punting, which is something you don't normally do. Got to be frustrating for him. But he's the type of kid that's like, on the next one, we'll get it.
Well, actually, they'll move to the 45, so a 7-yard punt. So great starting field position for the Giants. Now the pitch to Johnson, and he is tackled, brought down. Nice play by Chris Anthony Devalier as he tracked that one down from the weak side, following a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7.
I tell you what, Caden shouldn't feel too bad because I think that's what would happen if I tried to punt.
Right.
If I tried to punt, it'd be high end over end, about 7 yards.
But the Giants do not have to run another play here before the quarter comes to an end, and they're, based on their body language, they're in no hurry to run this play. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Well, they're going to maybe snap it, so they make sure that this is the final play of the first quarter. Jones hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson is into Logansport territory. He'll be short of the first down and about the 48-yard line. 5-yard pickup, and that will set up Marion 3rd down and 3 as we begin quarter number 2. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. It is at the end of one quarter of play. Logansport 14, Marion 7. We'll step aside for a break. When we return, we'll have our second quarter live from Logansport.
I tell you what, YouTube, if you're watching us and you're able-bodied, get out here, for crying out loud. I mean, we got a pretty good crowd, but this is the type of game where you got to come out and make some noise. The Berries need some crazies out here. So get up off that couch, sit away from people if you don't like people, and enjoy this game.
And Scotty Barron needs the cheering section. Come on and cheer for Scotty.
That's right.
Logansport 14, Marion 7, here to begin the second quarter. 3rd and 3 for Marion.
Thank you very much, Alan James. Quarter number 2 just about to get underway. A big 3rd down for the Giants. 3rd down and 3. Marion has it at the Logansport 48-yard line. Jones in the gun. We'll hand it off to Johnson, who breaks the tackle. Have the first down as he is tripped up by Caden Walker, but not before Johnson gets the first down to the 41-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. 1st and 10 for Marion.
And Marion probably fired up, definitely not intimidated by the Berries. They've been playing hard, and they've been playing strong and big, but they got to be a little bit surprised because they probably never expected after that Kokomo team they played this Berries team.
1st and 10 for the Giants. Now Jones on a quarterback keeper, and he is going to be brought down for a loss by Scotty Barron, who snuffed that one out. And is lost back to the 45-yard line. Loss of 4 on that play. Big play defensively by the Berries, setting up 2nd and 14 as Barron was not fooled on that fake.
And we got to do some of that gang tackling out there. As you know, there was kind of a pile of people on that quarterback, and he wasn't falling down. I mean, if he slips away, he can go ahead and run that. So really hard to take down these Marion Giants.
Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14 for the Giants. A little bit of a miscommunication as one of the receivers lined up on the wrong side of the formation. Now he shifts over to the left side. And we'll see what Marion comes up with here. 2nd down and 14, and they're going to call a timeout. And that's probably not a bad idea, Dave, as we mentioned. A lot of confusion on the formation. Still have 2 timeouts left. Might as well use one, so they're down to 1 here with 11:02 to go in the half.
It scared me too, Joe. I didn't know if we had a lot of single coverage out there. They had 3 wide receivers on the left side, and it didn't look like there was a ton of Berry defenders over there. So I'm glad that we got a little break in the action here. We're sitting on 2nd and 14 with 11 minutes left in the first half. And what a game.
Skylar Sigmund sends along a score. Pioneer on top of Triton at the end of 8-6. So Pioneer with a big win over a previously undefeated 5A power Hammond Central a week ago. So Pioneer looking to build on that. Here it's 14-7 Logansport. 11:02 to go. We'll see if the Berries defense can come up with a stop. They were aided big time by that 4-yard sack from Scotty Barron on the previous play. 2nd down and 14. This is a golden opportunity for the Berries to come up with a stop and get that ball back into their offense.
I'm pretty sure Skylar Sigmund is a professional wrestling fan. If I remember, I wonder if he still does that podcast. We need to figure out what the name of that is so we can send him a shout out. You know, in case we have any wrestling fans in the audience, because Skylar's the best, right?
That's right. That's right. So after the timeout, we'll see what the Giants come up with. 2nd down and 14 for Marion at the Logansport 45-yard line. They need to get to the Berries 31-yard line to keep this drive alive. Now empty backfield with Jones. The Bears got to be on the lookout for Jones on a quarterback keeper under a heavy blitz.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be brought down for a loss as they brought the house. Deegan Kitchell, Chris Devalier, among Ryan Mullins in there as well. A loss back to the 49-yard line. Back-to-back losses by this Berries defense. It is 3rd down and 20 for Logansport.
And the often reserved Coach Mike Johnson down there calling out like a grizzly bear as he was very excited by that rush. And boy, that was a lot of Berries on the defense getting to the quarterback. We just have not seen that this year.
That's right.
And maybe this is the time where the tide turns.
Well, the Giants spread the Berries out with that empty backfield, but Logansport brought the house, and those 5 guys had no chance against that Berries pass rush. Lost back to the 49-yard line. 3rd down and 20 for Marion with Jones in the gun. Jones back to pass. Lauren Taylor had a beat on him, but he gets away from Lauren Taylor. Now he's going to try to make something happen. The pass is going to be caught. What a catch. And he's still on his feet inside the 10, inside the 5, and it is a touchdown for the Marion Giants to Joseph Johnson, as that play was going to be a big, big loss if Lauren Taylor could have made the sack. But Jones got away, and then I don't know how Joseph caught that pass. That was a high in the air to Joseph Johnson, but he made the catch, and it was all speed from that point on. And it just like that, 14-13 with a point after to come.
I tell you what, this conference, I'm glad that we're we're out of here, because I tell you what, Joe, it always seems like we're playing against like college players, and that was a college quarterback to college wide receiver type of a play, as just a big guy to take down the quarterback. We got to him, tried to tackle him, couldn't, and their big receiver able to just go up and get it and just catch it in stride. What an athlete.
Yep, Jones saw Lauren Taylor at the last second to avoid that sack, and here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 10:02 to go, first half. Logansport and Marion in a 14-14 tie. Well, the Bears got to shake that off. They had a 3rd and 20 and had a chance to make a play defensively. They did not. But 14-14, so lots and lots of football still to be played here at LMH Stadium.
Well, I tell you what, I don't think I have a peaceful, easy feeling right now, Joe, because from what I've seen, Marion has been underperforming and the Berries have been overperforming, and we're tied at 14. And that never makes you feel good, I don't think, as a fan. But the Berries, if they can keep the momentum, they're playing on both sides of the ball, a lot of them. So you got to think that the momentum of the defense could lead to the offense and vice versa. But I guess who's getting the ball in the second half, Joe?
Marion just to start.
Yeah, so it's
the good news with all the stoppages, with all these scoring, that's given the Berries time to catch their breath. So these guys going both ways, getting a couple extra minutes of rest that they normally don't get throughout the course of a football game. So we've had 4 touchdowns in just over 13 and a half minutes of play here. Not even 14 minutes of game action, and 4 touchdowns already. Still 10:02 to go here in the first half, 14-14 tie.
I mean, the Berries have played better, more minutes in this game than I think the rest of them combined. I mean, we're just playing great, so let's just hope that we can keep it alive, hope that we can try to keep the foot on the gas pedal, try to keep that lead going.
Lucas Warner to kick off. He's got a very unusual style as he has his back to the football as he marks off his steps. But he's ready to put that right foot into this one. It is a high end-over-end kick. Isaac Russell will field it at his 5-yard line. The Berries will set up a return toward the left. Isaac tries to get to the edge across the 20. Flag on the play. And I believe that is the first penalty of the night. The Big Willie penalty tracker.
Oh, you're going there again.
Will probably be on the Berries. Is almost 99 times out of 100 when you see a flag on a kick or punt return. It's almost always on the return team. So we'll see. And that is the case, holding on Logansport. Like we said, the first penalty of the game comes at the 9:54 mark of the second quarter. So a very clean game in that aspect from both squads.
Maybe we can change the punctuation to Big Willie's penalty track.
Okay.
I kind of like that. But then there'll be the legend of Big Willie, who we know is a formidable coach in his own right.
In case you missed it last week, Aldair Zarate from the Logansport soccer team was honored on senior night, and one of his thank yous was to Big Willie, a.k.a. William Matthew Lang II, assistant coach in soccer, for giving him a lot of great instruction over the years on that soccer field. And speaking of Big Willie, he's there with his former head coach, Mike Turner of the Logansport soccer team, his squad's having a 10-day break on the schedule, so he's enjoying that, getting some valuable practice in with his ball club before they return to action next week. Now first down and 10 for the Berries. Handoff to DeValier. DeValier across the 15-yard line out to the 17. As that penalty moved the Berries back to the 13-yard line, so a gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6 for Logansport. 9:45 to go first half, 14-14. Logansport and Marion. It's been a good one here at LMH Stadium.
It's been the best one, Joe, the best one of the year, and a beautiful night to come on out and raise the crowd's level of volume. So if you're listening to us, listen to us in and come enjoy the game.
Second down and 5 for the Berries. Now Caden Walker on a handoff around the left side. Cannot make the first man miss. Does fall forward for a couple of yards out to the 19-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It will set up third down for the Berries. Third and about 3.
Oh, it's just almost taking a breather here, Joe, as this game has just been up and down and incredible.
And Logansport does not want to give the ball back to that high-powered Marion offense with a 3-and-out. So this is an important third down play for the Berries. If they don't get another first down, at least that keeps Jones and that offense on the sidelines for a couple more plays.
Yeah, especially with the way the Berries have punted tonight. They've struggled, and so they really need a first down.
Third down and 3. DeValier gets the handoff up the middle, and he is going to be close to the first down. Actually going to be about a yard short as that front of the Giants stepped up. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be fourth down and a yard, and the Berries will send the punt unit out. And that's not what Logansport wanted, but the defense has come up a couple of times. They'll have to do it again here With the clock running, 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go, first half, and a 14-14 tie.
I tell you what, just a few bad luck plays for the Berries. They had a chance to be up.
So Caden Walker will try to fake it himself, and will he have some room? He will break a tackle, and he'll have the first down and more across the 25, across the 30. Before he is knocked out of bounds, and that was all Caden Walker. As the Giants were in position to bring him down short of the first down, made a couple of men miss, and his great speed once he got to the edge gives the Berries a first down.
I tell you what, Joe, in the history of sports, there's always been one play that really works, and that's give the ball to your best athlete or one of your best athletes and let him go. And what a killer run. Maybe that punt was a kind of a red herring or whatnot, or kind of a throw off there, as they thought he may be kicking all night.
Some great speed from Caden Walker to get that first down, 13 yards on that fourth down and a yard for Logansport. The Berries have a first down and 10 at their own 34-yard line. 8:02 to go here, first half, and a 14-14 tie. Now Herr rolls out to his left. The pass is caught by DeValier. That was a really well-thrown ball that time from Herr. There was not much of a window to get that ball to DeValier. Not much of a gain, but it could have been disastrous. He threw into double coverage, but a perfect pass and a 4-yard gain for the Berries.
No, it looked like, three fighter jets trying to intercept a foreign plane as he was just covered, and kind of almost a dangerous pass with all that coverage around the receiver, but put it right where it needed to be. Great catch, but kind of nothing doing on that play.
Yeah, much better than the F-35 that crashed in South Carolina earlier this week. So Herr rolls out to his right. Has some time. The pass is going to be overthrown as Isaac Russell was open, but Herr on that rollout just sailed on him ever so slightly. The pass falls to the turf, incomplete. Another third down and long for the Berries. 3rd and 6.
And much as you'd like your quarterback to have 100% completion percentage, you can't make every throw. So, a tough pass there. Had an open guy, and hopefully we get the opportunity to keep going here on this drive.
3rd down and 6, Logansport. At the 38-yard line of the Berries, they need to get to the 44-yard line to keep this drive alive. 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go, first half. Logansport and Marion tied at 14. It's been a good one here at LMH Stadium. Now pitch to the right side to Caden Walker. Walker has the hole, and he has some room and more into the clear. 40, 35, cut. 30, 25, 20. Cuts it to the inside, and he's going to be brought down, but a big gain all the way down to the 13-yard line there for Caden Walker. 49 yards on that play.
Holy cow, and a lesser team might not have got him. Marion Giants able to come up with a huge tackle in the open field to stop Walker from scoring.
And great blocking again by that Logansport offensive line. To the right-hand side, Caden Walker hit the hole quickly and had a big hole, and then his speed did the rest. Another big play for Logansport. They've had a lot here tonight.
Oh, and there's a flag on the play all of a sudden.
And it may be a sideline warning on the Berries as the side judge throws it right in front of the Logansport sideline. And we'll check and see as Coach Johnson showing a little bit of concern. Maybe a sideline warning on Logansport. I did not see the flag throw down, and that's what it is.
Oh,
sideline warning on the Berries, so that's just a warning. So Coach Russell is telling the squad to stay off that white line, that thick white stripe between the playing field and the sideline. So no harm, no foul, but it is a warning, so the next one will be a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't see Coach Johnson say anything about horse poo, so that's good.
1st and 10, Logansport at the Giants' 14-yard line. Now Bryson Herr rolls out to his left. The pass is going to be almost caught as Isaac Russell was tightly covered that time. Robert Smith breaks it up. Another receiver was in the vicinity. He overthrew that guy, but got it to Isaac Russell, but breaking up the play was Robert Smith. 2nd down and 10 for the Berries at the 14-yard line of Marion.
Yeah, Isaac came way out to the left, and he hit him in the hands, but unfortunately the defender was so close to Isaac that he wasn't sure exactly how it was going to pan out. He thought he might have to knock the ball out of an interception. So good job by Isaac to not make a huge mistake there and turn the ball over, and the Berries live to see another down.
Let's see if they get Deegan Kitchell maybe involved in the pass game here. 2nd down and 10 for the Berries, and it's going to be a pitch to Jackson Walker. Jackson allows his blockers to develop, and they'll have the nice gain and might have the first down. It all depends on the spot. It's going to be just short of the first down. Knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line was Jackson Walker. 9-yard pickup. Second down and a yard, or beg your pardon, 3rd and 1 for the Berries.
And I don't want to reference Cher really, Joe, but if I could turn back time, this Berries team looking like last year's Berry team is these running plays just have a plethora of blockers out in front of the runner and the runner being patient, waiting for their holes. And this Berries team has just astounded me tonight.
Your girl Cher was in the news this week, said that she has lived 77 healthy years because she doesn't eat cheese. So, Cher, you're on your own there. I like cheese. Now, handoff to Davalia on 3rd and short. He'll have the first down. Still on his feet. He's going to be short of the goal line, but he will have the first down to the 2-yard line. Good blocking at the point of attack by that Berry offensive line. And Chris Davalia did the rest. A 3-yard pickup. 1st and goal for the Berries at the 2.
If I could turn back tomorrow.
You sing better than Cher. So
thank you.
I still have nightmares from the career that was Cher. 1st and goal for the Berries. 6:25 to go. First half. 14-14. Logansport and Marion. Lots and lots of excitement. Big plays galore from both squads here tonight. We'll see what Logansport can come up with here on this first down and goal. Jackson Walker in motion to the right. They will pitch to the right. Waits for some blockers. He spins his way into the end zone for a touchdown. 2-yard run from Caden Walker. His 2nd touchdown. And the Bears are on top, 20-14 with a point after to come.
What a play. He was running to the right, trying to find a place to cut in, hit the B button, spun around, and scored.
A little bit of bad news is Jackson Walker is going to have to be helped off the field as he is not able to put any weight on that left ankle. His brother Caden and Chris Davalia helping him off the field as Jackson not able to put any weight on that left leg. So trainer Sidney Latham comes out to help him to the sideline. So that puts a little bit of a damper, obviously, on that big offensive touchdown for the Berries. And a great, great drive for Logansport to answer that Marion touchdown.
Yeah, you hate to lose a Walker brother here because they've been playing so well. And, he's too young to get help from his Uncle Johnny. And so he's going to have to, hopefully all he needs is just a few minutes with Sidney and he'll be fine.
And he's in a great deal of pain, and they're taking him. Looks like they're taking him to the table. Here's the extra point from Dillingham. The kick snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. Woo! And the kick is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 6:05 to go. First half. Logansport 21 and Marion 14. But all eyes are on Jackson Walker right now. Looks like that left ankle's already been wrapped. So maybe he had an injury last week that he was dealing with. But Sidney's working on that right now. As we saw last week with Bryson Herr, if you can get that ankle taped up and keep the swelling down, you can give it a go. Obviously, the next couple days after that will be tough, but Jackson's a tough kid. If anyone can give it a go, he certainly can.
I tell you what, it's such an interesting thing. I haven't been to too many high school football games, but we have our kind of training table right there on the track, right in front of the whole fan section. I don't know if normally you're getting treated for injury right in front of all the fans, and I don't know if the table's a stepping stone to have to go back in the locker room, or it's a good sign that he ends up on the table instead of straight to the locker room. So,
because it looked like they were heading to their locker room initially, but then they made a little bit of a veer to the left onto that training table. Deb Stevens also with an eye on Jackson Walker. But the Berries with a nice response after that Marion touchdown to regain the lead, 21-14, 6:05 to go. And Diaz to kick the ball off for the Berries.
You were talking about the Marion Giants kicker, and I had noticed on his extra point that he was turning around, pacing his kickoff, and then doing kind of an about face to kick. And that was very interesting. He did that on our last kickoff too. But, of course, the Berries will be kicking off here, trying to stop Marion from scoring with about 6 minutes left in this first half.
Braden Diaz has kicked the ball high and short on his first 2 attempts to try and limit the great athletes in the return game for the Marion Giants. We'll see if Diaz continues that trend here on this kickoff for Logansport. And another high and short end-over end kick fielded at the 15-yard line by Johnson. Johnson takes it up the middle, now cuts it to the outside, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds. Good coverage over there by the Berries. As Tate Strong on the did not get sucked in, maintained his position on that left side of the return of the defense on that kickoff return, and Marion will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33.
Ultimate respect to the Berries team for really responding in this game after having a rough go of it in the start of the season. Almost won a couple of those games, but had some pretty hard losses as well. And tonight just playing straight up with this Marion Giants squad that is very talented.
1st and 10, Marion. Empty backfield now for Jones. He will keep it himself on a quarterback keeper across the 35, breaks a tackle across the 40, and an ankle tackle from Caden Walker. But a nice gain on 1st down for Jones out to the 41-yard line. Give him 8 on that 1st down carry. 2nd down and 2 for the Giants.
It seems like the Berries really relying on their quickness, almost like a David and Goliath or Jack and the Beanstalk situation where these guys are big, but with big comes a little slower speed.
2nd down and 2 for the Giants. Now Jones with a bubble screen to Johnson. Johnson breaks one tackle. Will have the 1st down and more across the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Tate Strong did a pretty good job to slow down the receiver, but not before a 1st down for the Giants at their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, I feel like that was pretty good defense for us with how big these guys are, and it's hard to bring them down with a bubble screen. As soon as that guy gets to the sideline, he could be gone. So good job by the Berries of containing them inside of those hash marks.
That was Joseph Johnson on that reception. They will say that he stepped out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 1st down for the Giants at their own 46-yard line. Once again, empty backfield for Jones. Now Jones on a slant and is incomplete as that pass was low to Johnson, who was open, but he threw it low and it falls to the turf incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And really, almost a zero blitz. It just seemed like everybody was coming for the quarterback. He really had no time and wasn't able to put the ball in the money, skipped off the turf and into a Logansport defender's hands. So great play there by Logansport defense.
Sydney Latham's got the shoe and sock off of Jackson Walker on that left ankle, and she's putting on an awful lot of tape. And Jackson does not appear to be in a whole lot of pain like he was earlier, so it looks like he might be able to give it a go. Now, heavy pressure from Lauren Taylor to try and get Jones. Jones gets away again, still on his feet, and he takes a big hit that time from Deegan Kitchell, but a positive gain for Jones out to the 48-yard line. 2-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and long.
And Jones every bit is 6'3" and 190, only a sophomore, but he is a man out there.
Yes, he is.
And it is hard to bring him down, so great job by the Berries to eventually get him.
3rd and 8. Once again, empty backfield for the Giants. Jones back to pass. Puts the ball up. The ball is caught by Johnson. 1st down and more inside the 40, and he is knocked out at about the 38-yard line. On the play as
he threw one of our players. I wasn't sure who that was.
Johnny Moss.
Must have been some extracurriculars, but he threw him out like the trash, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
So John Moss was one that was thrown, so that may be a dead ball foul and a personal foul on the Giants as Joseph Johnson and John Moss were engaged in something after the play. We'll see what the official has to say. And it's going to be a personal foul on the Marion Giants.
Well, that was totally uncalled for, and I think the Marion Giants need to sit down that young man and say, listen, you just can't do that. I mean, that was horrible, Joe. I mean, that's like Will Smith when he punched that guy at the Oscars. That was horrible.
So Johnson will come to the sidelines. So the 15-yard mark off, it will still be a 1st down for the Giants, but that penalty will move the Giants back into Logansport territory. The Big Willie penalty tracker for the first time tonight gets a penalty on the Giants. So just one penalty apiece. So it will be 1st down and 10 following the 15-yard penalty at the 48-yard line of Logansport. Jones in the gun. Logansport faking a blitz. Now Jones will try and keep it himself. Has minimal yardage. He'll get a couple of yards, and that was well done by the Berries defense as they blitz, but they contain on that play, and a minimal gain for Jones to the midfield stripe. 2nd down and 8 for Marion.
Hopefully the officials are able to keep these teams under control because the first major shot has been fired with that penalty. And, hopefully the frustration doesn't get the best of these guys.
Forward progress at the 49, so only a 1-yard gain for Jones. So make it 2nd down and 9 for the Giants. Berries once again trying to bring the heat, and they will bring down Jones right at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard. Well done once again by the Berries. Ryan Mullins in on the stop, Lauren Taylor. And now we get a stoppage of play. And the Marion Giants will take a timeout. I believe this is their 3rd and final timeout, if memory serves. It comes at the 4:04 mark. A yard loss on that play. And here's a big 3rd down for this Logansport defense. 3rd down and 10. Marion has it at their own 48-yard line. Logansport on top, 21-14 with 4:04 to go here in the first half.
And tell you, Joe, as I look across the field, not too many Marion Giants traveling.
No.
We're not too far away, really. The Berries travel pretty good about everywhere, but I'm surprised, actually, that with such a good team that you couldn't get more people to come out.
Especially since this
might be the game.
This might be their last trip to Logansport to play the Berries in football.
And the weather.
Weather is
perfect.
Absolutely outstanding on this last day of summer, first day of fall tomorrow. But looking at the forecast for next week, during homecoming week with all sorts of activities at Logansport High School, Echo Simpson has dialed up some more fabulous weather.
We need it. We need it.
High temps in the upper 70s, lows in the upper 50s. So perfect weather and not much rain in the forecast.
We don't want those ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, to be in that cold, rainy situation.
So here's a big play. Now 3rd down and 10. Giants have it at their own 48-yard line. Logansport coming in on the blitz. Now the bubble screen out to the right side, and he is knocked out of bounds short of the first down. Look like
surely they're going for it.
Lycar Bledsoe. It's down at the 46-yard line.
You say Bledsoe?
I believe it was Bledsoe.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Drew Bledsoe.
No, not Drew Bledsoe.
That's where my mind always is.
Okay. So Marion, at least for the time being, will send out their punt unit. So gain of only 4 on that play. 4th down and about 4 for the Giants. Isaac Russell deep to return this punt. But the Berries got to be on the alert. As Logansport with a fake punt. A big play in this game here in this first half. So I think this punter has as much speed as Jackson Walker or Caden Walker just looking at him.
Oh, my.
That was like away, and that is a booming punt, and Isaac Russell will just get it out of the way, and it rolls dead inside the 5-yard line. That was quite a punt that time by the Marion Giants.
That's what you call clutch.
Yes, it was.
Coffin corner.
So the Berries will take over deep in their own territory. 1st down and 10 at the 4-yard line, so a 40-yard net punt. Puts the Berries very deep in their own territory. And still lots and lots of time to go here in the first half. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play before halftime.
And not quite a coffin corner, folks, as it's kind of more like on the hash line. But to just fall dead at that point, the Berries haven't been real great when coming out of their own end zone. So this should be interesting to see.
Skyler gives us a score update. Triton 13, Pioneer 8 at the half. As Jackson Walker, his tape job is complete. His shoe and sock are back on, but he has a noticeable limp. So Sidney Latham is he's trying to jog in front of her. So he's going to try to give it a go, but he's limping noticeably on that left ankle.
The worst commentator spot in the press box has been made bad because of obstructions, even on the other side. It's hard for me to even see anybody over there.
Well, Jackson Walker passed the test as he has his helmet, and he's gone back to the sideline with the rest of the coaching staff and letting Coach Johnson and his brain trust know that he's good to go if they need him.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to the cheerleaders and the dance team. Surely that they've raised enough spirit to really up these football guys' games. I have quite a few in my class, and I told them, they said, the Berries have been struggling this year, and I said cheer harder.
That's right.
Today, I told them to cheer harder and see what's happened. So I'm glad I just have a little bit of a piece of having the Berries in this situation right now.
Logansport does take a timeout. They want to make sure that everyone's on the right page, deep in their own territory, cannot afford a turnover from this spot on the field. You'd think a healthy dive of fullback dives to Devalier this deep in their own territory, but we'll have to wait and see how Coach Johnson and his Berries choose to play this. 1st down and 10, Logansport. 3:50 to go, first half. The Berries on top, 21-14. They have it deep in their own territory at their own 4-yard line, following an excellent punt by the Giants.
And this scares me to death, Joe.
Now they give it to Devalier, who leaps over the pile and gets a nice gain for Devalier out to about the 8, maybe the 9-yard line. A quick hitter. Didn't allow that Marion defense to penetrate. And Devalier leapfrogging the pile to get an extra yard or 2 for the Berries. 2nd down and 6.
I think that was a junior Jahazel Lopez that got in there and was able to kind of springboard the runner a little bit as Devalier kind of fell on his back and got some extra yardage.
Well, the teachers in Impact asked if any of the students were going to the game, and nobody put their hand up except for Mr. Lopez. Of course, he had his jersey on, so we knew he was going to go to the game.
That's awesome.
2nd down and 6. Now a counter play to the Berries. 1st down and more. Isaac Russell spins his way, breaks the tackle out across the 20-yard line, and the Berries get out of the shadow of their own goal line. Well done by the offensive line once again, and some good running by Isaac Russell to spin out of a tackle and get some extra yardage for the Berries out to the 20-yard line.
And I'd like to thank the Berries offense because now I can see the ball. Now I can see the play. You guys should see the layout of this press box. It's a little bit rough.
And the Giants are out of timeout, so 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play first half. Logansport 21, Marion 14. The Giants will get the ball to start our second half. So Logansport would love to be able to put another score on the board before halftime.
Could it be, Joe? Could we go up 2 scores? We'll find out.
First down and 10 for Logansport. Her back to pass. He's got a man open. The pass is underthrown and it is intercepted. And they've got some running room around the left side of that formation. Inside the 20, inside the 15. We're going to get a block in the back. So this one will come back as it's going to be a touchdown for the Giants, but that's going to be called back as Anthony O'Neill on the interception. But a block in the back, and the Giants, though, will still have good starting field position just outside their own of the Logansport 30-yard line.
Well, it looks like he had a couple of Barry's receivers in the area, unable to get enough mustard on it, Joe. It just fell short and well short, and that's not like Bryson at all. Maybe he wasn't able to throw off his feet like he normally does. And the Marion Giants took advantage, almost did exactly what we did not want to happen, and get that turnover and get that score.
We're going to get a personal foul blindside block on the Giants, so that is a 15-yard mark off. That'll wipe out the touchdown, but the Giants, with that big turnover, will have good starting field position. We'll see where exactly the ball will be spotted out at the 32-yard line. First down and 10 for the Giants. And that was a tough break for like you said, Dave, a couple of receivers, and they were open there, but Bryson just underthrew it ever so slightly and allowed O'Neill to come up with the INT.
And I got to think that was less of an underthrow, and he just couldn't get the mustard on it somehow. Mm-hmm. Something in the mechanic of it. He meant to throw it and can throw it that far, and just for some reason it came out light, maybe off his back foot or something.
So first down and 10 for Marion at the Logansport 33-yard line. 3 receivers out to the right, Johnson in the backfield. Now more in a wingback position for Johnson. And Jones once again in the gun. Jones back to pass, and the pass is incomplete. A swing pass for Johnson, and that was well overthrown. Pass falls to the turf, incomplete. Second down and 10.
Well, I think the Berries definitely winning kind of the mental war as Marion expected to come up here and whoop us. And, they played Kokomo very good. We had really struggled against Kokomo, and the Berries were ready for him, struck first, and it's been a track meet ever since. And
they played Harrison tough as well, although the final score a little bit misleading, 35-7, but Coach Urban said that the Giants played him tough that night. Now Jones back to pass, can't find anyone open, rolls out to his right, still on his feet, again rolling out to his right. Now he puts it up for grabs. The pass is going to be almost intercepted as Isaac Russell broke it up, as he had a beat on that one. Johnson was the intended receiver. And it falls to the turf, incomplete, third down and 10. And great job by that secondary as Jones bought a lot of time by rolling out and scrambling. Couldn't find anyone open.
Yeah, he was just kind of shifting left to right, and they were getting the Berries blocked there on defense. And Isaac Russell saw that thing coming the whole time, tried to jump it, almost got it, but was happy with the incompletion.
So we'll see what the Giants come up with there. Third down and 10, 2:08 to go, first half. Logansport 21, Marion 14. Following the interception, Marion trying to cash in and tie things up before intermissions. Marion will get the ball to start our second half here at LMH Stadium. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Now Jones on a pitch out to Johnson. Johnson makes the first man miss. He's going to be brought down following a minimal gain out to the 30-yard line. That was well done by Logansport's Chris DeValier. Blew that play up in the backfield, forced him to go inside, where he had some reinforcements from the Berries defense. It'll be fourth down at the 30-yard line. Too far for a field goal, too short to punt, so the Giants will go for it.
Joe, I'm pretty sure this is a dream. This has just been such a great game to start.
Fourth down and 6. Now the same play to Johnson around the left side. Johnson is going to have the first down, I believe, as the Berries were in position, but he made a nice move at the last minute, and I think he gets the first down, and he will get the first down, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as well with 1:33 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe, 93 seconds is all we need to stop them. Maybe a missed field goal, but definitely don't want them to tie it up here. Definitely need that at least 4-point lead, but maybe 7-point lead.
First down and 10 for the Giants. Johnson on the handoff, breaks the tackle inside the 20, inside the 15, and he is gone. 22-yard touchdown run to Jaden Johnson, and the Giants are an extra point away from tying things up.
Well, I'll take credit for that one. The commentator says one thing, and it goes to the house. But, the Marion Giants tonight have been like a dam about ready to kind of bust loose with water. They've been strong and big all day, and right there they're able to turn that turnover that that throw that I still think was, maybe off a back foot or something to Bryson Hurst, turn it right into a touchdown, tie this, and maybe we're going into a halftime with a tie here.
Lucas Warner on to try the point after. He's a perfect 2 out of 2 on PATs so far tonight for the Giants. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 1:26 to go first half, and it's a new ball game. 21-21, Logansport and Marion.
Oh, Joe, I can't even handle it. I almost need some sort of a sedative or something up here. I just can't. This has just been such a great game. If you're just tuning in, folks, the Berries struck first and struck fast, got a touchdown early, and it's just been going back and forth. Here we are tied at 21 with less than 90 seconds left in this game. $1.26 left, and it's been quite a game and great energy by the crowd. The Berries are just playing so well on both sides of the ball, doing things that we weren't sure that they could do that they did last year with all those seniors. But the young guys really stepping up this week, really prepared for this Marion Giants team. And it's going to be a very interesting second half because Marion's only going to get better in that second half.
Well, the Giants have taken advantage of a couple of short fields as they stopped the Berries on downs, which led to a touchdown, and then an interception, which led to another touchdown. So they have taken advantage of 2 short fields to put a couple scores on the board. But 21-21 with 1:26 to go. Berries, I believe, have 1 timeout left. So we'll see. All depends on if the Berries get a good kick return. They might consider trying to put some points on the board before intermission. It all depends on what happens here on this kick as Lucas Warner will put his right foot into it. And this is a deep kick all the way down to the 2-yard line. Isaac Russell will receive it. He's got some running room across the 15-yard line, across the 20, breaks a tackle, across the 25, and out to the 27 is Isaac Russell. And that's where the Berries will take over first down and 10 with 1:18 to go here in the first half, tied at 21.
So we running down the clock, or are we going to try to score?
I would, based on what happened on that last possession with that turnover.
Yeah, just be satisfied that we played a great first half, try to come out and play a good second half.
Yes.
And maybe they won't get great field position to start.
That's
because
right.
If we can kind of cover the return man, maybe they'll have to go longer than they've had to go.
Yep, the Giants have taken advantage of 2 short fields to score a couple of touchdowns. Tied at 21. We'll see what Logansport comes up with it. Her back to pass. He is under heavy pressure, and he is going to be brought down for a sack inside the 20-yard line as that play had no chance. Coverage was well done by the secondary, and the defensive line blew that play up. Lost back to the 18-yard line. And I think any designs that Coach Johnson may have had of trying to put some points on the board just went out the window.
I'm with you.
Sack.
Yes, totally with you, Joe, on that one. It's like that guy on any professional team that has had a recent injury that's one of your star players. Seeing him with the defender with his arms wrapped around him, just really scared for Bryson Hurst's health because he's been doing so great, and I hope they just go into the locker room.
And the Giants are out of timeouts, so they are powerless to stop the clock. So the Berries hand off to Devalier across the 20. Devalier still on his feet across the 30, the 35, and he will be brought out of bounds. They'll have a first down with 23.9 seconds to go.
And he's limping.
Yep. He was brought down from behind by one of the Marion players, favoring that left ankle. Baldini will come in to replace him out at the 46-yard line with 23.9 seconds to go. So you think for the Berries to have any chance to put a field goal, they need to get at least to the 20-yard line. As we've seen Dillingham with a strong leg. I'm not sure what the limit on his range is, but you would think 35 to 40 yards is the extent, so they need to get down to about the 20 to give them any shot at a field goal here with 23.9 seconds to play. Now her back to pass, puts it up for Isaac Russell.
Oh,
Russell makes the
catch
inside the 35-yard line. Now they'll mark him right at the 35-yard line.
Can we call a timeout? Do we have?
Logansport, I believe, has 1 timeout left. Now the clock will stop to allow the chains to move.
I would totally call it. I mean, what a great chunk of yardage there.
We'll see maybe if they can spike the football real quick as the clock now starts, and before that can start, Coach Johnson takes the timeout with 15.3 seconds to go. That is Logansport's 3rd and final timeout.
Whew. I tell you what, Devalier is still getting worked on by the trainer there on the bench, but as he went out of bounds, the Marion Giant just kind of tackled and kind of fell on top of him, and I couldn't see Devalier there for a second. These Giants are just giant out there, so that was a really hard tackle when unfortunately he was kind of out of bounds to begin with. But you can't fault a football player for wanting to fall nice and hard with their body on a opposing team star.
So 15.3 seconds to play, first half. Logansport 21, Marion 21. Both teams are out of timeouts. The Berries have it at the Marion 35-yard line with a new set of downs, first down and 10.
So do we throw something to the sidelines, try to get a little bit closer here, and then try to kick it?
Or
go.
I
mean, if you have a couple shots probably, right? 15 seconds.
So we'll see Isaac Russell split out wide to the left. Walker in motion. Now her back to pass. Another pass to Isaac Russell. The pass is through his fingertips, and Isaac knows he should have had that one, as that was a perfectly thrown pass. Isaac looking back over his helmet. He knows he should have had that, and those Bears would have been in business inside the 15-yard line, as that was a perfect pass that time from her. Unfortunately, just off the fingertips of Isaac.
Bryson's almost playing like geotag kind of football, as he's able to just kind of swing his arm and kind of wing it up with a spiral in a certain area where his receivers are going to be. And Bryson's just, what a great effort by him as he is limping around this field, able to make a throw like that.
10.4 seconds to play, first half. Maybe time for two more plays for the Berries. Her now under heavy pressure. And now he'll throw it to Jackson Walker. Jackson inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 15. He is knocked out of bounds.
Oh, was that late?
It's going to be a late flag. That is going to be half the distance to the goal with 1.2 seconds to go. That'll give the Berries time to get the field goal unit out.
Oh, my God.
And a much more makeable field goal opportunity now for Dylan Ham.
I tell you what, Marion Giants, maybe frustration there, as they've been wanting to lay big hits on the Berries all night, haven't been able to get their quota, and so hitting the Berries outside of out of bounds.
So this will be a late hit out of bounds by the Giants, half the distance to the goal line. The infraction occurred at the 17-yard line. I beg your pardon, at the 15-yard line, so that'll move it to about the 8-yard line. So this will be about a 25-yard field goal attempt from Dylan Ham. He has more than enough leg. It's the only problem is it's the sharp angles that's on the left hash mark.
Yeah, 1.2 seconds left. It's either be bold enough to try to fake it and even throw it into the end zone, but surely they're going for a kick here.
You would think so. So Isaac Russell will be the holder for Dylan Ham. This will be a 25-yard field goal effort to try and give Logansport a lead going into the half. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is off the upright, and it comes back into the field of play. Oh. No good. And that will do it for the first half. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. Logansport 21, Marion 21. We'll step aside for a break. When we return, we'll have our Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show live from Logansport.
This is Mimi Renowans.
How's it going, sir?
Selling or buying real estate is a legal process. At NPR Realty, we're licensed and trained to be your advocate, market expert, and negotiator. We can help you find the end zone and score a touchdown in real estate. Call our office and speak to any of our agents at 574-992-8011. Go Berries!
At Security Federal Savings Bank, flexibility means agility for your small business. Flexible business solutions from Security Federal mean you can stay one step ahead of the competition. Let us show you why over 350 local businesses choose us for their business banking needs.
Logansport Berries football on WSAL Logansport. It's time now for the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show. Let's go back to the stadium. Here's Joe Stetz and Dave Peckard.
Thank you very much, Alan James. Welcome back to LMH Stadium. Time for the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show. Halftime score, Logansport and Marion 21-21 tie, and we have a very special guest, Logansport boys baseball coach Dan Fry. Coach, thank you for joining us here at halftime.
Thanks for having me. It's been a while.
It's been a while. So what did you think of that first half? A lot of action.
There was a lot of action. We had some nice runs there, and we had some nice passes. One that wasn't caught there late in the end of the first half, and 21-21. I see a lot of toughness out of our kids. So they appear to be bigger, but we have a toughness, and they're playing well right now.
So Bryson Herr, the quarterback, was he on the JV squad last year on the baseball team?
Yeah, he was on the JV squad. He played some center field. He's a kid that we're going to look at pretty seriously this year, give him a chance to to get loose, and I would venture to guess he might get a chance to play varsity baseball by the end of the time, maybe halfway through, maybe a little sooner than that. Coach Gleitz and I have some decisions we have to make and see what we're going to do to try to put the best defensive team out there. But he throws the ball really well. I can see he's laboring with a little bit of an injury, and you can't question the kid's toughness. He's out there and he's trying to win the football game here for Logan. So,
yep. You guys had a great season last year, and the bad news is you lost a lot of quality ball players. So not only is Bryson hurt, but there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of kids on your squad next year.
As far as the baseball goes, yeah, we did. We lost a lot of guys. We had a pretty deep pitching staff as it goes, and we're up there now. We're having some fall workouts. We're seeing a lot of good things. A lot of the upperclassmen and some of the kids that are playing a fall sport. We don't want them there necessarily. They come in. Sometimes they get a little thrown in. We don't want them hurt for their fall or their winter sports, but. So we don't see very much of them, and then once the winter sports end, if they don't play winter sport, then they'll be expected to be there. But the young kids that we have had, boy, they're attentive to what Coach and I talk about. They work hard. We couldn't be happier right now. So, we're getting an early look at some young kids, but most of the ones that are there are JV players right now. But they're all fighting for spots. We know that. If anything's short up, maybe the infield for the most part, if you will. And we've got some open spots in the outfield we talked the other day, and we still know that our strikeout numbers have to come down, and I think I may have lost my mind a little bit, told them 200 strikeouts a year, 195 strikeouts a season is not going to work. So we're trying a few things different, playing a little pepper. Trying to see if we can't get runners in from third base and help the pitching staff out by putting a couple more numbers on the board. But we'll see what we have, and we're excited. But we've been happy to be back and working out with the kids, and they've been good so far.
And you mentioned the word fall workouts, but the weather's been anything but fall. This outstanding weather has to be a benefit for you guys.
Right. Well, yeah, it's almost too hot for me. I'm kind of overweight, and my belly's kind of over my belt buckle there, but
I don't know what that's like.
You don't know what that's like? Well, I do, the weather's been perfect. It's been perfect for us, especially we practice a little late because, with my schedule at the police department, I don't get off till 6 o'clock, so we don't get started till 7 o'clock. About 45 minutes into it, the sun's going down, so we actually get some pretty good weather. Turn the lights on. Sometimes fly balls are difficult to see up there right now, but it's cool. We get good temperature, and of course the field's always ready to go. We have still the great facilities, so we're just excited to be up there, and we're going to take a different look at things. And it's our fourth full season going into it as far as getting ready to play. With 2020 being a wash, if you will, that coaches and I talk, and we're still trying to get to some more fundamentals and trying to do some things a little better. Base running, defensively. I thought we threw the ball in the strike zone last year. I thought that was a huge key to it for us, and it is for any baseball team. But we've got to cut down the strikeouts. We all know that they're going to get some. We run into some good pitchers that are going to get their strikeouts, but we can't average 7 a game. I mean, I don't even know how many outs you get. 21?
21.
21 minus 7. I don't know. It's like 12 or something. Right. My wife's not up here to do the math for me, but 21 minus 7. It's somewhere in there to the 12 range. So, we're cutting the game down to basically a 4-inning game, and we can't do that. We've got to cut down the strikeouts.
I've seen the kid in the hallway that is going to be a big part of your team. Dylan Pearson looks like he's grown a couple inches. Looks like he's put on some weight. Yeah, I think he has a chance to have a really great year for you guys.
Oh gosh, yeah. We're going to lean hard on that kid. I call him a kid, but he's a man.
Yes, he is.
But he's we know that he didn't have his offensive numbers that he wanted to have last year, and of course we want him to have better numbers. And he's a far better hitter than he performed, but so are several others. We're going to work on that, but we expect him to lead the pitching staff. We probably expect him to be in the top of the offensive categories as well. He's a kid that's going to be hard to get off the field. because he's going to play so many different positions. He's probably going to be our ace. We've got some other kids that are throwing. Deegan Kitchell's throwing. Carson Dubes is throwing. And from there, we need to find a few more. I didn't throw Isaac Russell last year. This year he's a senior. He may be asked to throw some innings. Jay Smith's another kid that we looked at that may have to clean up some innings and maybe start a game here and there. But we still have pieces. We like what our core is going to do, and we need to find some kids that are going to help us in particular areas, maybe a pinch hit here and there, and maybe defensively here and there. But we'll get it figured out. We fortunately at this level, we have freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors to choose from, and we'll try to figure out who's going to give us the best opportunity to win the baseball game.
Well, Logansport baseball, a storied history. Probably if I needed to pick a sport that has the best history, I would pick baseball. You played on some very good Logansport Berry baseball teams. What's kind of the comparison? What do you bring from those great teams? We had so many, like Little League. I played Little League. Everybody played Little League in Babe Ruth. Maybe it's not quite as many people are playing, young kids these days. What do you bring from that era that you can bring now and see it in our young kids? And how does our baseball program continue to grow?
Well, the numbers are down significantly, and I think that it doesn't matter. It's baseball, it's football, it's basketball.
Yeah.
The numbers are down for whatever reason. The kids aren't participating in as many activities. Logansport, even back in the day, we didn't have the numbers to, this kid's just a football player, this kid's a basketball player, this kid's a baseball player. I still want our kids to play multiple sports. There's plenty to learn on the football field. There's plenty to learn on the basketball court or any other athletic event, track, cross country, any of those. And we have some that are in all of those. But for instance, you're taking your secondary lead off first base. We've done that the last 2 workouts because it's a simple move that you make in basketball. A slide step like you're defending somebody, but we're trying to take up space. We're trying to get closer to second base or third base so we can run a delayed steal off of it, or read a ball in the dirt and take the base without being thrown out by a good varsity catcher like McTaggart at Harrison. He's got a quality arm and a very good catcher, but there's so many different things that we can take from these different sports. We have kids that love to play baseball. They love football. We don't have the numbers. We still have. There's still the same desire. They still want to win. I can't tell you how much we've been impressed with the young ones and their attentiveness to what we're talking about or what we're trying to teach on the baseball field. But that's been a consistency. I guess if you talk maybe one that goes the other way, unfortunately, I feel like when I played in the Little League, and Coach Glites probably said the same thing, and some of those people in that era, there were things that should be already ingrained in them that I don't feel that are ingrained. I think it's maybe we're trying to win too much the Little League instead of my goal at that time as a Little League coach was to teach the fundamentals of running the bases, teach the fundamentals of fielding the baseball, because the ultimate goal for me when I was coaching in Little League or Babe Ruth was to win up on this hill for Logansport High School. And that's the approach. If you teach the fundamentals and you play a fundamental game, your winning is going to take care of itself for the most part.
Yeah.
They have it a little bit more difficult than I do because they have some kids that maybe it's the first time they picked up a ball. Oddly enough, I wrote a letter back to a guy. I still get my cards in the mail. An occasional ask to sign, and I got one in the mail the other day, and he asked me about my fondest memory, which kind of goes to maybe some of the points we're making. But and I think of all the years that I played, and winning the North Central Conference as a player, winning it as a coach, hitting a home run at Durham and hitting the bowl.
That's awesome.
The signing the autographs at the side with the young kids just because you're a baseball player and they think you're something. They don't know you're a nobody from the west side of Logansport. But, it's great to be looked at that way. But it took me back, and what the guy wanted to know what my fondest memory, and all these thoughts going through my head, and it took me back to the one thing that is, it's not a single memory, it's a repeated memory. And it was my mother catching me and my brothers in the backyard. That's where I learned to pitch. That's where I learned to play. If all these folks out here are relying on us coaches for the small amount of time that we get them to turn them into something special, it's not going to happen. It's the work that you put when nobody's watching. You know, there was nobody in our backyard when Dennis, Paul, Larry, and I were. My mom squatted down with no gear, a catcher's glove, and we're throwing baseball after baseball off the back of the house, and she didn't care. Hell, she just went back there, got the ball, threw it back. But, you know, she taught us the game. She could hit. She beat me in basketball. She beat me in golf. She beat me in bowling. I was the quarterback for the football team under Don Baldini and Lee Gomer and Rick Scott, and we played catch with the football in the backyard. I guess what I'm getting to that is this. At the Little League level, they only practice a couple times a day or a couple times a week at best. If you're not taking it upon yourself to take your child and go work in the yard and you're putting it all on that Little League coach, it's not going to happen. And with that, the kid has to have some desire to want to be competitive or be good. I fortunately had 3 brothers, and I was maybe one of the most competitive, and I wanted to beat them. And when I could beat Paul at some things, I kind of thought, okay, I must be okay.
Awesome.
But, yeah, the history, we bring passion. Coach Gleitz and I, Coach Wilburn. Coach Wilburn's a little bit more laid back, and it's a good thing, right? Because Coach Gleitz and I give enough passion. But from him winning the state championship in the 80s that I played, we still have, this is Logansport baseball. We expect to win. We expect to compete. We expect you to go about it a certain way, playing hard, and we expect to win at the end of the day. And when we no longer expect to win, I will no longer coach. I'm not going to do it. The standard is not going to be lowered. We are expected to win, and that's what we should be giving people.
All right.
So,
well, Coach, we greatly appreciate your time. Logansport baseball coach Dan Fry.
That was
Let
great,
you get back
Dan.
to your family.
Thank you.
shout out to Steve Clary.
Shout out to Steve.
All right. We'll step aside for break. Once again, our halftime score. It is tied at 21. There's more to come live from Logansport.
All right, YouTube. You heard him. We need to bring back Steve Clary contingent. I think Coach Fry seemed to say is it would be nice to see Steve at the diamond once again with our friend Joe. As you know, this is kind of extra YouTube time, but
I don't see Steve Clary here, Dave. Purdue is playing Wisconsin in football right now, so I'm guessing Mr. Clary's at home.
I thought they played on Saturday. It's Friday?
It's Friday night, so I'm guessing Mr. Clary's at home watching his Boilermakers. Down 21-3 last I saw. So Purdue, I thought they might have a chance to win that game, because even though Wisconsin's solid, but Purdue at home I thought might give them a game.
I thought there was a chance. Whew.
Still got to get 2 more breaks in, so I was enjoying listening to talk, though.
Yeah.
So,
I had another question ready to fire, but I knew that it was.
Yeah.
I knew we were overtime.
Thank you very much, Alan James. Welcome back to the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show. Our halftime score, Logansport 21, Marion 21. We'll step aside for break. When we return, there's more to come live from Logansport.
Yeah, I could have talked to Dan all night.
Mm-hmm.
And what a great, I wanted to give him a shout out on the radio. I guess I'm doing it here on YouTube. But what a great transition from that contingent of coaches that we had for all those years to Dan Fry, who is of that system and does it with a seriousness and a passion that rivals, Butch Jones and those guys who really made a name for us in baseball. Shout out to Coach Turner and Coach Wild as well.
Welcome back to LMH Stadium as the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show comes to an end. Our halftime score, Logansport 21, Marion 21. We'll step aside for break. When we return, we'll have our second half live from Logansport.
Just remember, we'll be announcing the winner of the game ball between the third and fourth quarter. So once time runs out in the third quarter, get your red tickets ready and we'll give you the winning number. Getting ready to start the second half with the score tied. Logansport Berries 21, Marion Giants 21. The Berries will be kicking off to the Giants from the south end zone. Giants return the ball across midfield. First and 10 from the Logansport 44-yard line.
Welcome back to LMH Stadium. Marion takes the second half kickoff into Logansport territory at the Berries 44-yard line. And that's where the first play from scrimmage in the second half will start. Tim Jones with Johnson in the backfield with him. He'll hand off to Johnson around the left side. Breaks one tackle, cannot break a second tackle. Deacon Kitchell comes up and puts a big hit on Johnson, following a minimal gain of only 1 yard down to the 43-yard line. Second down and 9.
And the Berries, they up on defense right now really need to try to find a way to get the ball back with this tie score. Just try to swing the momentum in their favor because the momentum meter kind of in the middle right now.
Tied at 21, second down and 9 for Marion at the Logansport 43-yard line. Now 3 receivers split out wide to the right. Johnson in the backfield with Jones. Jones will fake it to Johnson, keeping himself in a quarterback keeper inside the 40-yard line. He is gang tackled down at the 38-yard line. Give him 5 on that second down carry. Set up third down and about 4 for the Giants.
Logansport with a pretty good job there is to second and 9 here.
So they need to get to the 34-yard line.
Oh, 3rd and 4.
On this spot on the field, certainly 4 down territory for the Giants. So see if the Berries defense can come up once again with a big stop as Marion is taking advantage of a couple of short fields to score touchdowns here tonight. Now Jones with a bubble screen out to the flat is going to be close to the first down. He's going to be short of the first down. As Tate Strong and Caden Walker on the stop. As that pass was completed to Lasusi Jackson. First time we've called his name. He is knocked down 2 yards short of the line to make the first down. 4th down and 2. And the Giants will go for it from this spot on the field. So here's a big, big play early in this third quarter. 10 minutes, 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Marion and Logansport in a 21-21 tie. Now looks like a bit of a tight formation for the Giants as they are on the short side of the field here on the right hash mark. Johnson in the backfield with Jones. I'd be shocked if Jones doesn't keep the ball here on this fourth down play.
Absolutely.
And Jones will fake it, keep it himself, and he is going to be, I believe, short of the first down. Some second effort. He tries to fall forward, and we'll see. And they may have given him that second effort on the stretch. Yeah. It all depends on the spot. Got a pretty good spot, as his knee must not have been down, Dave. And see, looked like he was stopped short, and he was. But he spun and got that first down, and that's a big, big play here early in this third quarter.
Yeah, it looked like he was just going to kind of fall forward over tacklers, but then a couple of Berries came in and really gave him a knock backwards. I thought that they might have him, but it doesn't matter what I think, Joe. First down, Marion Giants.
New set of downs for the Giants. First down and 10 at the Logansport 34-yard line. Clock running, 9 minutes and 30 seconds to play in a 21-21 tie. Now option left. Jones will keep it himself. Breaks the tackle. He's got some running room. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and he is gone. Touchdown. 34 yards to Tim Jones, and Marion has the lead 27-21 with the point after to come.
And Marion Giants just big and strong, and it's been hard to kind of get them down in open space. And a great run there to get that score. But the Berries have been kind of tackling by committee tonight a little bit, trying to send several people and unable to get that stop.
So Warner to try the point after. He is a perfect 3 out of 3 on extra points. And trying to give Marion a 7-point lead here with 9:24 to play in our third quarter. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. A line drive just over the upright, but that doesn't matter how close as long as it goes through. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 9:24 to go, third quarter. Marion takes the second half kickoff and scores a touchdown. They lead 28-21.
Barry's been up and down tonight, Joe. We talked about in the first half a couple short fields that we gave Marion. They were able to score on that field goal at the end of the half, doinks off the right upright, and pretty much lands a couple feet in front, maybe just a foot in front of the goal post. Thought it might go through. And Marion able to survive this onslaught of Barry's offense and defense and get to that Mike Shannon momentum meter up to 7 points. And the Berries' critical drive here, as you cannot let the pendulum swing in the other direction.
No question about it. So 9:24 to go. Marion will kick off. We'll see what the Berries have as a response. Again, special thanks to our halftime guest, Logansport baseball coach Dan Fry, who was back and seated with his family, and one of his former ball players, Grayson Long, to his right. Grayson was an outstanding senior year for the Berries. Played a great first base, and believe it or not, Dave Packard, as big and strong as he is, he was their best bunter by far. The kid could do a little bit of everything on the baseball field. So Warner to kick it away, a high end-over-end kick. Isaac Russell fields it at the 6-yard line. He will set up a return, try to go to the right. Now he cuts it to the left 5, makes the first man miss. Now cuts it inside. He's got some running room, and he's in the clear. 45,
he's gotta go.
Midfield, one man to beat. It's a foot race. 35, 30, 25, stiff arm. Russell, can he stay in bounds? He is in for a touchdown. Isaac Russell, 96-yard kickoff return. And just like that, it's a 1-point game.
Holy moly, holy cow. That was unbelievable as he turned on the jets, and Joe said he was gone, and he sure was gone. What a spectacular counterpunch to that score by Marion, and the Berries are back in business.
I cannot believe he's able to stay in bounds that stiff arm.
Yeah, that stiff arm. I mean, he's on the sideline anyways. The guy, gets kind of really, really close, able to touch him. He's able to tiptoe probably about 10 yards down that sideline. And Isaac Russell has shown all year that he is a superstar for this Berries football team.
So Dylan Ham with a huge point after touchdown. Snap is good. The hold is good. And the kick is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 9:05 to go, third quarter. We are tied at 28. And there's a whole lot of football still to go, Dave. About 21 minutes of game action, and we've already got 8 touchdowns combined between these two squads.
I don't know if Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine will be able to help me, but I need something because I'm going to have a heart attack before this game's over. It's just been an up and down track meet, and I guarantee 100% of the Berry fans I talked to today were not confident that we could hold up against this Marion Giant team. But that's why they play the games, and it's not made by fans. It's made by the players and this coaching staff. These players are ready. And, if not for a few fortunate circumstances or unfortunate circumstances, depending on which side you're on, the Berries could have an even bigger lead. But now tied up, just such a key play there. And it's a testament to how a big play can just change the whole momentum.
Well, needing some momentum are the Purdue Boilermakers at halftime at Ross-Ade Stadium against Wisconsin. They are down 21-3, so it has been a struggle, to say the least, for the Boilermakers to start this season. I thought they might be able to give Wisconsin a game, and they still might, but down 18 at the half at Ross-Ade Stadium against a Wisconsin team that has been a little bit up and down to start the season.
Yeah, that's a kind of a crazy score over there. You let me know that game was going on tonight because I thought it was on Saturday. I looked at the list of schedule of games, and I thought I didn't even know they played Friday night football.
Well, once upon a time, Dave Packard, back in the old days, the high school was on Friday, college was on Saturday, pros was on Sunday.
That makes sense.
And everyone stayed out of each other's way, and they all had a day to themselves. Why can't we go back to that?
I'm with you, Joe.
Here's a squib kick by Diaz. He'll kick it out of bounds. And maybe not the worst thing that could have happened, especially on that big kickoff return. Now Diaz is upset with himself. That's not what he wanted to do. So Giants will get good starting field position, but that does prevent a return, even though it does give Marion good starting field position on this drive.
You're right. It would have been nice if he kicked a little bit further before it went out of bounds because it was a pretty line drive, and just a little bit short. But you're right, Joe. I would rather it just be on the 35 than have a mystery run back.
Yep, so Marion does have good starting field position at their own 35-yard line, tied at 28 with 9:05 to go. And based on what we saw in that last possession, Dave, I think we're going to get a steady diet of Tim Jones running the football here in the second half, as he was a man possessed on that 34-yard touchdown run that gave Marion the lead, albeit a short-lived lead after that 96-yard kickoff return by Isaac Russell to tie things up. Now, bubble screen to Johnson around the left side. Scotty Barron tried to get him from the weak side, cannot do it. And Johnson has some running room close to the first down, near the 45-yard line, knocked out of bounds. It looks like they're going to give him the line to the 45. So first down for the Giants on a backwards pass that time to Johnson. Caden Walker eventually brought Johnson down, but not before a Marion first down.
Yeah, the Bears defense really needs to put up a defensive wall against these players because they are just big and strong, and they run with kind of a purpose, and if they can get by you, they'll score.
First down and 10 for Marion. Now Jones will hand off to Johnson. Johnson tried to cut to the left, and he lost his footing. Turf Monster came up and got him, following a 1-yard gain out to the 46-yard line. 2nd and 9 for the Giants.
The Berries just playing so good out there, just so inspired. The Marion Giants are going to have to take Logansport to the Temple of Doom and take their heart if they think that they're going to beat the Berries tonight.
Jackson Walker back in there for the Berries at the left cornerback position. And now handoff to Johnson, and he is going to be hit down for a loss. Scotty Barron blows that one up. Flag on the play in the area where we normally see holding. And so decision time for Coach Johnson. We'll see the loss of a couple of yards would set up 3rd down and long. I think Coach Johnson's going to take the penalty, even though it's going to keep the down the same. Chance to mark off a team 10 yards. I think you got to take that, and that is going to be the decision.
I mean, certainly with how good both sides of the ball have been playing, you let the players try to make a play and just give them the best chance to succeed. Hopefully this is with the extra yardage here.
And big markup all the way back to the 36-yard line. 3 penalties for 32 yards for the Giants, according to Big Willie's penalty tracker. And it is 2nd down and 19 for the Giants. They have it at their own 36-yard line. 8:15 to go, 3rd quarter. It's been a good one here at LMH Stadium. 28-28, Logansport and Marion. Jones from the gun. Rolls out to the right. Can't find anyone open, and now does. The pass is deflected and almost intercepted by the Berries. That was well done by the Logansport front. Not sure who got a... Deegan Kitchell got that big paw up in the air to knock it down.
Yeah,
he's going to be an assistant coach in the Powder Puff game on Wednesday here at LMH Stadium.
Come out, folks. Line, right after Berry Lane there on Usher Street. Line the streets all the way down to the stadium, down the hill, and enjoy the parade. All the homecoming candidates come out. We'll get our top 5 here at the stadium. All of it's free, and then enjoy Mr. Joe Stetz on the sideline for the Powder Puff game.
3rd and long for the Giants. Swing pass to Johnson, and another one brought down. This is Lauren Taylor with a deflection. Lauren slow to get up a little bit. He may have turned an ankle. He may have come down wrong on that ankle after breaking up the pass. Lauren's able to limp off the field under his own power. That's good. Got to see his brother Jacob today. Jacob running for homecoming king.
Jacob also week in my impact class.
That's right. You got to see him. You got to see him today.
For 4 years, I've had Jacob, and my favorite basketball player. I hate to say, even though there's some ties. I think there's probably some ties, but can't wait to see those guys get back on the court.
So 4th down and 19, and Marion will be forced to punt it away. So the Giants, the Berries defense comes up with a big play. They will kick it away from Isaac Russell, and it takes a huge Marion bounce, but nothing Isaac could do on that as they wisely kicked it away from him. He had no chance to come up as that was a short and way to his left. And the punt rolls all the way to the 20-yard line. A good Marion bounce, but the Berries come up with a defensive stop, and they have it 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And, I'll take the 20, Joe. I mean, anything inside the 5 has been a little bit worrisome. I'm not too worried about any other field positions for the Berries. And so, we'll see what we can do. Can Herr stay on target? I mean, he has been throwing up some beautiful balls, just spirals, almost GPSing them to a certain location. I'm not sure if, he's able to make decisions on the fly, but he's doing some timing patterns to make up for that, and it's been really successful.
So this will be the Berries' first play from scrimmage on offenses. They got a 96-yard kickoff return from Isaac Russell, so they have not run a play here offensively. And now the officials coming in. I believe they're going to call a false start on the Berries, I believe. As Bryson Herr asks for an explanation, he is not, I don't think he's going to get an explanation that he likes. So false start. Coach Johnson is not happy as he stepped out on the field, wanting to know why that was called. And now we've got a conference. I'm not sure what the conference is for. And now they were going to pick up the flag. So
what?
How about that? So no harm, no foul. So Big Willie's penalty tracker gets a play off at least. So I didn't see a lot of movement. So perhaps
I'll get Jim Moore in here and say, playoff? Yeah. Did they get a playoff? Yeah, are you kidding me?
The officials
didn't know what happened.
The officials didn't do diddly poo on that one, so that's okay. 1st down and 10 for the Berries.
Well, we're men. We're over 40, so that's a
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Logansport. Isaac Russell split out wide to the right. And a 28-28 tie, 7:47 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Caden Walker in motion to the right, gets the pitch to the right side, tries to set up his blockers, and he does. Gets to the edge across close to the 25-yard line where he is knocked out of bounds. They will mark him right at the 25-yard line for a 5-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5.
I'd love to get Caden Walker up here with the coach for the post game because I want to know what was in his Wheaties, what got him going. Was there locker room material? Because that kid is playing out of his mind tonight.
Our own Matthew Paul is in the house, and he's stepping aside. I think he's got a busy weekend with some remotes going on at the radio station. So Matty's on his way home to get rested up for some work tomorrow. Now pitch to Jackson Walker around the left side, and this is strung out, and we got close to a face mask penalty. And one of the fans was screaming for his face mask, but must have just made contact with the helmet and not grabbing the mask. And a loss of a couple yards on that play to Jackson Walker back to the 23-yard line. Set up 3rd down and 7 for Logansport.
We'll have to give a shout-out to Matty on his way home. Should be in the car before too long, but I was texting him a little bit, talking about his daughter, who has just been wonderful for the Magpie. You see her at every event. She rivals the photography teachers as far as how professional she looks, and really proud at the radio station's very proud of those Pryfogle kids.
3rd down and 7. Big play for this Logansport offense. Now the handoff to Baldini has the 1st down, and Moore makes another man miss across the 35, still on his feet, across the 40, out to the 41-yard line. Well done that time by not only the front line, but Elliot Baldini with some good running after contact and a big gain of 18 yards for the Berries. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Baldini, that run was worthy of having a Baldini trophy named after him. And the Berries just continue to run great plays and show that they are a very good team.
Well, Coach Wilburn has made it to the house. Him and Coach Gleitz and Coach Fry are keeping court down there in the stands. I'm sure already talking about baseball. 1st and 10 for Logansport. Handoff to Baldini. Nice move by Baldini across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. Well done. That time by Elliot Baldini. as he was met in the hole by a Marion defensive lineman, and he made a juke move to the left and got 5 yards on that first down carry.
Joe, I don't even know how we're talking about baseball right now. I mean, we're
it
about
feels
25.
it feels like summer, Dave.
It's crazy, Joe. It's crazy. And since you do all three sports, I mean, that's 2 jobs away for you. But it's just wild that 25% of the school year are already almost in the books.
2nd down and 4 for the Berries. Now pitch to Caden Walker around the right side. Is strung out by the Marion defense. Tries to make a man miss. Does. And he breaks a tackle.
What?
And he might go inside the 40. Inside the 35. Brought down at the 30-yard line. And a nice play that time.
Oh, my God.
From Caden Walker. And slow to get up, favoring his left knee a little bit. But a gain down to the 30-yard line. 23 yards as that play was going absolutely nowhere around the right, and Caden just saw a little hole, cut it up inside and went to the left, and now he's favoring that left knee. He's being looked at as Tate Strong will come in to replace him. 5:25 to go, 3rd quarter. Logansport and Marion tied at 28. And the Berries trying to get a go-ahead touchdown here in this drive. Isaac Russell split out wide to the right, with Tate Strong and Jackson Walker at wingback and Elliot Baldini in at fullback. And now puts it up for Isaac Russell, and the pass is caught. I believe it was. What a catch by Isaac Russell, as that defender was draped all over him. But Isaac somehow came up with it. A 12-yard gain. 1st down to the 18-yard line.
I feel like her's got to be thrown to a position because he's able to just throw kind of that perfect spiral. I think that was the type of spiral that I was able to throw back in the day, where you just kind of let it fly and kind of rip your hand around it. And it is landing right in position. Isaac Russell with a nice little box out a little bit from his basketball playing days. And what a throw to the right corner. And I just want to mention Caden Walker with an unbelievable cutback and run there. Kind of, we didn't get a chance to call it really because he came to the sideline.
1st and 10, and now we get a whistle blown. The Berries will take a timeout. Perhaps the play clock was winding down. And you never want to use your timeouts this early in the second half, but better that than a 5-yard penalty, which could derail what has been an outstanding drive for Logansport. 1st down and 10 at the Marion 18-yard line.
It's a pretty wild thing, Joe. 5 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter, 28 all. And can I get a business to build a scoreboard on the other end of the field? Because we don't have a view. Yeah. We've got a gaggle of coaches and a backpack. I can't even see the scoreboard. And I would love to look left and see a scoreboard. As an aside, I'm sorry, but need a little bit of help, Joe.
Yep. We got a heck of a football game going on between a couple of unbeaten teams, Peru and Rochester. Peru leading 21-15 with 9 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in that one. So Caston and North White tied at 6 against North White, a team that is ranked. So how about the Caston Comets giving highly ranked North White all they want so far tonight? Here it's 28-28. Logansport and Marion tied, and the Berries have it 1st down and 10 at the Marion 18-yard line. And now brief stoppage of play, as I think they want to reset the play clock, which they will do. So we'll see what the Berries come up with after that timeout. 1st down and 10 to Baldini inside, and not much running room that time. Gain of 3 for Baldini down to the 15-yard line. Sets up 2nd down and 7 for Logansport. As we saw Devalier leave late in that 2nd quarter with an injury, we've not seen him in the backfield here in this 3rd quarter. It's been all Elliot Baldini so far, and he's done very well on this drive. 2nd down and 7 for the Berries. Clock continuing to run, 4:44 to go, 3rd quarter. Marion and Logansport tied at 28.
Yeah, we hope that Devalier's feeling good that he can get back in there, but next man up, the Berries are playing lights out.
2nd down and 7. Her back to pass. He's got a man wide open. The pass is caught to Caden Walker for a touchdown. What a pass from Bryson Her. An absolute dart, and Caden Walker, as that was slightly overthrown, but he was able to haul it in, and a touchdown, 15 yards. Caden Walker's 3rd touchdown of the night. And the Berries up 34-28 with the point after to come.
You got to love this tune, Joe, as the Berries theme song echoes through the night. And this Berries team is a team we have not seen all year. They're firing on all cylinders, ready to try to kick this extra point.
Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good on the scoreboard. Sponsored by Broadway Broadband. Powered by Miami Cass REMC. 4:28 to go, 3rd quarter. Logansport 35, Marion 28. 14 unanswered points by the Berries, answering that initial score by Marion to start this second half.
And the students down there in their blackout have worked. All the spirit swirling around this stadium. The Berries really haven't struggled much at all with anything. I mean, they've had a few mishaps, but that happens in a football game against an opponent that seemed to be bigger and stronger. The Berries are showing why grit is the four-letter word that they use at our high school.
And another four-letter word is Matt, as in Matt Paul. So hopefully
maybe
Maddie's
in the car.
Maybe listen, he doesn't live too far from here, but maybe he's taking his lovely wife out for some ice cream or something, and maybe they're in a drive-thru somewhere. But shout out to Maddie and his wife.
Yeah, oh gosh, they are just such cool people, and their kids are so cool. And we were talking about Gretchen, if you missed it, Matt. She looks like a professional photographer. I'm sure that Chris Piercy and Beth Myers and all the photography people are just so pleased to have her. She's been so great to be in the media with our Barry broadcast, and she just owns it down there. And Matthew Paul, salt of the earth, you know. He's just the greatest,
yep.
The greatest coworker for sure, as we've both known him for a little while now.
Yep. So Braden Diaz has tried to keep the kicks short and out of the hands of those dangerous return men. Last time he tried a squib kick and went out of bounds, but that was not the worst thing that could have happened to the Berries. We'll see what he comes up with here.
Maybe do it
this
again.
Effort. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Here's another squib kick, fielded by one of the upbacks, bobbled it.
Oh,
and he's going to be
that
brought
was a
down
great
right
hit.
at the 35-yard line, as that was Deegan Kitchell, I believe, on the stop, as one of the upbacks recovered it. Amir Howard right at the 35-yard line. And that's where Marion will take over, first down and 10.
Boy, and that Marion Giant Howard, he's very lucky because it bounced on the ground, end over end, bounced off of his chest. He was able to grab it, and then he just got shellacked by one of our very
Deegan Kitchell, I believe,
coverage guys.
Applying the hit. So Marion will take over at their own 35-yard line, first down and 10. 4:25 to go, third quarter. Logansport 35, Marion 28. It has been a fun game to watch.
The Berries showed up and have been showing out. It's been incredible.
Jones in the gun. Now fakes the handoff to Johnson. Will keep it himself, and he has a gain out to about the 40-yard line. Deegan Kitchell at the bottom of that pile. Ryan Mullins as well, following a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5. Ryan a little bit slow to get up. He's a tough kid. He's gonna stay out there. And now Rosie comes in for McGrew. McGrew with a slight limp, favoring that right knee. He'll come to the sideline. Sidney Latham taking a look at him. Second down and 5 for the Giants at the Marion 40-yard line. Jones once again in the gun. Fakes the handoff to Johnson, keeps it himself. Scotty Barron wraps him up, and then Deegan Kitchell finishes him off.
Oh, my gosh.
He flips it to the running back. That's a live ball, and Marion has some business, and he may go.
No way.
30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown.
How?
Scotty Barron with a look of disbelief. He was sure that he had him down. But the officials standing right there say no.
I feel like the forward progress was well stopped. Mm-hmm. It looked like a multitude of Berries had been, about to take down the quarterback, and then the ball just squirts into the guy's hands, and he runs for a touchdown. What the heck, Joe? What just happened?
Yep. Lakar Bledsoe with the touchdown. There was a flag thrown at the end of the play, penalty flag right at the end zone, so I don't know if maybe some taunting or some unsportsmanlike as Marion was going into the end zone. Let's wait and see what will transpire. So the touchdown will stand, and it's going to be a penalty after the play, a dead ball foul. And Coach Johnson asking for an explanation from the back judge. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Marion after the touchdown. So the touchdown is good. 15-yard penalty on Marion. And Coach Johnson, I think, will choose to have that enforced on the kickoff. So Marion will have to kick from 15 yards deeper. But another big play in this contest. But I just cannot believe that Jones's knee wasn't down, or at least, like you said, forward progress. But in any event, that was not a whole lot of argument from the Berries over there, as it was on the other side of the field. And now,
I was trying to dial it up here on our replay to just see what exactly happened, Joe.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 3 minutes, 31 seconds to play, third quarter. It's been a shootout here at LMH Stadium. Logansport and Marion tied at 35. As the Berries were sure they had Jones stopped.
Yeah, it seemed like we did for several seconds, Joe. I don't know how long it takes to stop that forward progress, but that was incredible. I'm still looking at this replay here.
But Jones alertly was able to lateral to Bledsoe, and Bledsoe was able to take it to the house. Point after was good. 35-35 with 3:31 to go, third quarter, and you get the feeling whoever has the ball last is going to be the winner in this contest tonight, as both of these offenses have really been in high gear all night long.
Boy, that was really close. Marion quarterback really going down, almost horizontal, when he tosses that ball to a player that's just maybe 3 feet in front of him, and that player able to run all the way down for a touchdown. That's got to be so frustrating for the defense. The guy is literally falling down. A shame we didn't have an extra guy to the right to watch out for that pitch. What a heads-up play, though, by that quarterback.
Checking the out-of-town scoreboard, the Purdue Boilermakers are now even worse. They're down 24-3. Things have gotten worse at Ross 8 Stadium. So I thought the Boilermakers might have a chance to knock off Wisconsin at home, and still could happen, but they're going to have to come up with a miraculous comeback. Down 24-3 early in the third quarter.
I'm going to have a Boilermaker after this game, Joe, because this has just been too much. I cannot believe that play happened. It's just incredible, this game.
Well, the Bears
you got your money's worth tonight.
No question about it. Well, the Bears have shown a remarkable amount of resiliency, and they have bounced back time and time again tonight. So I'll have to do it again following that big touchdown. 35-all. A high end-over-end kick. Isaac Russell will field it at the 20-yard line, waits for the blockers to develop across the 25, across the 30, across the 35, out and out of the 36-yard line.
Oh, there's some chippiness.
Brought down. Looks like Quentin Danley and Gage Strichan were talking, and I think Gage was asking where the Ponderosa used to be, and Quentin said just not too far from here. Too bad it's not open anymore.
That's right. Yeah, we all used to eat there before either of them were probably born.
Oh, yeah. So the return, though, for Russell after that 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty gives Logansport good starting field position at their own 37-yard line, tied at 35 with 3:23 to go here in the third quarter. We'll see what Logansport can come up with on this possession. Isaac Russell split out wide to the left. Baldini remains in at fullback. He will get the handoff on the fullback dive, and he's got a big hole. First down and more into Marion territory. Still on his feet inside the 40.
Oh, my gosh.
Makes another man miss. An ankle tackle, but not until he gets all the way to the 36-yard line.
That was incredible. What a great run there by Elliot Baldini, the freshman, 6 foot, 160, and just doing some quick moves, some start and stops there, trying to get more yardage, and it really has been like a David and Goliath, Jack and the Giant type of a game where, our players are just trying to be quick and dance around. They maybe don't think that the Marion players can change direction too fast, and it's really been paying off.
29-yard gain for Baldini, first down and 10 for the Berries at the 36. They give it back to Baldini. He's got some more running room inside the 30.
Wow.
Still on his feet, another first down for Baldini, down to the 23-yard line as he is hit out of bounds. But not before Baldini gets another Logansport first down.
And the Logansport, too, we haven't seen this many stiff arms all year either, Joe. I mean, everything that they've done in this game surpassed everything that they've done in their previous several games, with maybe the exception of Arsenal Tech, which turned out not to be a contest at all. But the Berries have arrived this season in this game, and it's just a beautiful thing to see.
And unlike Deshaun Watson, they don't grab face masks when they do stiff arms. First down and 10, they give it to Baldini once again, and Baldini again with some positive yardage down to the 20. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7, so he's just going to give it to Baldini until the Giants are able to stop him. They did get him brought down after just a 3-yard gain on that play. Second down and 7. Logansport has it at the Marion 20-yard line. Clock running. 2:25 to go, third quarter. Logansport and Marion tied at 35 as each team has put up 2 touchdowns here in this third quarter after a 21-21 halftime tie. Now Jackson Walker in motion to the right will get the pitch to the right. And Elliot Baldini with a nice block, but some good defense that time from the Giants to string it out. And Walker brought down after just a 1-yard gain to the 19-yard line. Third down for the Bears, 3rd and 6.
Tell you what, Joe, as we go down below 2 minutes here in this third quarter, just really proud of our squad. What an amazing game that they're playing tonight, and really taking it these Marion Giants. We have a guy down on the field right now.
One of the Logansport players is down. It might be Caden Walker. Looked like he was maybe
our guys starting to be sewn together like Frankenstein,
Yep.
but they have the will to want to be back out there.
Yep, Caden is cramping up. And now there's a conversation. Coach Johnson and Coach Russell talking with one of the officials. And Coach Russell, I think, was asking, can I go out and help my man get off the field as Caden was cramping up. Sydney Latham was there. And Coach Russell's gonna help Caden. He's able to get off the field under his own power. But those cramps are awfully painful. That's not something you normally see on September the 22nd, but normally you don't see 82-degree days on September the 22nd. But no complaints. It has been fabulous, fabulous weather here all week long, and we're in for at least another week of great weather, according to our chief meteorologist, Echo Simpson.
I can't believe that Caden's just nonchalantly walking off the field with all the hits he's taken. A couple times he's had to go down to the turf, and just the incredible moves he's been making all game long, and he just kind of nonchalantly walks as if he's, walking in a homecoming festival.
So here's a big play for the Berries. 3rd down and 6 at the Marion 19-yard line. Isaac Russell in motion now. Counter play to Jackson Walker. And he's got some room. He'll have the 1st down and more. Inside the 15, inside the 10. Puts his head down and finishes the run down to the 5-yard line. What a play by Jackson Walker. And looks like now Jackson is cramping up. So if your name is Walker, you're dealing with some cramping issues. But not before Jackson. A huge run down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal for the Berries.
Well, every Berry has their meter set to 125%. And so I'm not surprised that they're cramping up and feeling it a little bit. But the Logansport Berries, I repeat, the Logansport Berries are taking it to the Marion Giants, have been all night. And it is great to see as the ball here on the 5-yard line, the Berries trying to score.
Yep, this offensive line has done the job all night long as they've protected when Bryson Herter has passed, and they've opened up huge holes in the running game for the Berries. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Isaac Russell, a pitch to the right, tries to get to the corner, and he is going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. Isaac Russell with a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Berries are up 41-35 with a point after the come.
The Berries all night using their quickness and their being smaller than the other team to their advantage. This is a totally different Berries team than we've seen all year, Joe.
Isaac Russell with his 2nd touchdown of the quarter, 96-yard kickoff return earlier in the quarter. And now a 5-yard touchdown run to give the Berries a 6-point lead with a point after to come from Dylan Ham. And Isaac is the holder for the Berries. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. 1 minute and 20 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Logansport 42, Marion 35. The Berries have put up 21 points in this 3rd quarter, and we still have 80 seconds to play in this quarter.
And Joe, I mean, this is like that Colorado State game, I feel like. This was, I think, maybe the final score of that game. But boy, the Walker brothers, Baldini, Herr has been fabulous. Isaac Russell has been a senior leader like no other. And the Berries tonight are silencing all of their haters out there. All of those students and parents and Facebook fans who think that they knew who these Berries were. The Berries have proved that they have what it takes to win against really good teams, and it's just been really exciting to see that turnaround. I just can't wait to hear from the coach, Joe, and see what how he talks about his team from last week to this week.
Well, Mike Shannon sent a regretful text, Dave. He had to correct you. It was 43-35 was the final in the Colorado State game because it went to double overtime, and you have to go for 2 at that point in the game. So the final of Colorado,
43?
It was 43-35. Now, Coach Shannon does not like to correct you, but he's an honest man, and he had to correct the record.
He can get a little bit grumpy. He had his first swim meetings, and it's just been tough being a teacher this week, as it is, I guess, every week. But thank you, Coach Shannon, for that.
We appreciate you keeping us honest. So
hey, and if anybody out there wants to be on the swim team, there's probably still room. So you don't sweat in the pool. That's one of my favorite things about that exercise.
So Brandon Diaz once again to kick off for the Berries. He squibbed it the last 2 times with great effect, particularly on that last effort. I would think that they might try to squib it once again, which he does. And it takes a big hop on the field turf. And
what the heck was that?
We got an inadvertent whistle. Was the Berries offside, I believe?
Looks like Logansport was offside.
The Berries were offside, so the Big Willie penalty tracker. Just the 2nd Logansport penalty Marion very clean penalty-wise as well. Just 3 penalties, so only 5 penalties in this game. As the officials have done an outstanding job, as there has been an awful lot of action back and forth. Big plays galore. But these officials have done an outstanding job keeping things under control. As there was a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties that could got out of control, but so far they have kept this game under control without throwing a whole lot of yellow flags.
Yep, a lot of respect may be earned in this. And as we re-kick off, that first one, man, a squib kick bounces over the guy who's supposed to receive it into the next guy.
We'll see if they try that again. And it hits one of the Marion up back. It's a live ball. The Giants will fall on it near midfield. So another short field for the Giants as they will take over at their own 47-yard line. So Brandon, I'm sure, wanted to try and get it past that initial wedge. Could not. And Marion with first and 10 at their own 47 to start this drive.
Well, I like the Berries not giving them a chance, as we talked about, to have these big run backs, because they are still full of explosiveness, this Marion Giants team. And the Berries just playing very smart, very calm, cool, and collected. And it's just been such an exciting game. And Marion now, as the favorite, starting to maybe sweat a little bit.
So we'll see what the Berries front four with Barron, Mullins, McGrew, and Lauren Taylor, if they can come up with a big stop. As Jones with a bubble screen out to Johnson, who's got some run room into Logansport territory. Knocked out of bounds shy of the 45-yard line. Down to the 46-yard line.
The Berries really playing kind of a contained defense, trying to keep as many players as they can in front of those runners, because one-on-one coverage isn't going to work against the Marion Giants. And those bubble screens are very, very scary, because there's a guy with a lot of running room.
7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3 for Marion. Clock stopped. The receiver was knocked out of bounds. 1:10 to go here. Quarter number 3. Now another bubble screen, and this was batted down by Lauren Taylor. And everyone thought it was a live ball, but that was a forward pass.
That was great.
Incomplete. 3rd down and 3.
Barry's defense able to get a hand up on what looked to be another screen pass just a little bit forward. And, gosh, the Berries are playing with such energy. That's, I think, one of the benefits maybe of playing both sides of the ball, is you just feed off every play, and you just want to make it happen on every play.
So a big 3rd down for the Giants. 3rd down and 3 at the Logansport 46-yard line. Jones on the quarterback keeper has got running room, has the 1st down and more. Inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line, down to the 22-yard line. As that was a quick hitter. There's a Logansport player shaken up. I believe that might be Ryan Mullins. We'll have to double check, but a big gain for Tim Jones down to the 23-yard line. That's where the
Giants
will have first down.
Great.
Yes, he has.
All year long.
And he's in a great deal of pain. As Brian Strong is also coming out to try and assist Sidney Latham. Hope maybe just maybe a turned ankle or something, as he looks to be favoring that lower leg. So a hush has come over this Logansport crowd as all eyes are on the injured Barry. With 58.8 seconds to play in this 3rd quarter. Logansport with 21 third-quarter points to lead Marion 42-35, but the Giants have themselves a drive going inside the Logansport 25-yard line.
And we'll keep you abreast, folks, of if there's going to be an injury report here on Mullins, as he's still on the ground. But we've seen a lot of Sydney magic tonight, and a lot of players doing pretty good after being down. I guess Chris Anthony DeValier we really haven't seen back in the game, but maybe just kind of nursing that a little bit. I wondered if there were other athletic directors that spend so much time on the field. And then I thought, I think there's a step competition in LHS, and I think maybe Mr. Strong's just trying to get his steps in, getting a couple bonus steps.
Well, Coach Russell has called for a couple of the big fellas from Logansport to assist in getting Ryan off the field.
And that's a really bad loss here for the Berries. He's been really good up front.
Yep, one of 7 seniors on this squad, provided a lot of leadership in his senior year, even though he didn't play last year. Getting more and more playing time, but he's in obvious pain, as he's not been able to get up off his feet just yet.
5'9", 200-pound senior. And everybody in the crowd just hopes that he's going to be well. The Marion Giants taking a knee over there with great respect, and you hate to see a kid who has to have help off the field, but hopefully he's going to be just fine.
Yep. Well, he's being carried off the field, so he's not able to put any weight on either leg. Right, like you mentioned, 200 pounds. He's a big boy, especially with all that equipment on. So that's not easy even for 2 big fellas from Logansport to try and help him off the field.
Yeah, he's screaming out, too, in pain. So, yeah, we just hope for the best of his speedy recovery, but we probably won't see him for the rest of the game.
Nope. Now he's able to put a little bit of weight on that left ankle, on the left leg, but not able to put any weight on that right leg at all. You just hope maybe it's just a sprained ankle. We've seen a couple of those tonight, but hopefully that's as serious as it is. So we're ready to resume action. First down and 10 for Marion. They have it at the Logansport 23-yard line with 58.8 seconds to play. In our third quarter, the Bears on top 42-35. Jones once again in the gun. Now fakes the handoff to Johnson. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle inside the 15-yard line. Get to the corner is Jones inside the 10. He is brought down at the 6-yard line. Landon Morrock on the stop. And Jones is slow to get up.
Oh, no.
It looks like he's holding, and there was nothing malicious about that. That was just Morrock just tackled him low. And Jones, and again, he looks like he's favoring his right ankle. And you hope that is nothing more than a turned ankle. So, unfortunately, we've had injuries on back-to-back plays, one for the Berries and one for the Giants. Here with 42.7 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Well, both these teams not, losing any fight in this game, been going back and forth at each other at 150 miles an hour. And, catching up with maybe some people and just the amount of strain they put on their body tonight trying to beat each other in this football game. But, these are moments where we think about how these are just student athletes. And, it's not about the final score. It's about these guys getting out of here, being able to play in the next game. And we're hoping that the sophomore quarterback's able to get back on his feet and get back in there.
And unfortunately for the Giants, that play happened all the way on the opposite side of the field, and Sidney Latham is busy tending to Ryan Mullins. So the Berries training staff couldn't tend to Tim Jones, so they are looking like they're working on that right lower leg. Almost looks like, I don't want to speculate, it almost looks like they're holding it for a cramp, but I don't think that, maybe it is just a cramp, but that's the way the trainer is moving. It looks like he's able to make a little bit of motion with that right ankle. So,
sheesh.
I've always heard if you're able to move the body part, that's not a break. So hopefully it's just a turned ankle, and that looks like that's what it is. As he is going to be walking gingerly, so he'll have to sit out at least this play. And you wonder maybe Marion might want to run the football here on this upcoming play with 42.7 seconds to go. That would run out the remainder of the quarter, and that would give Jones the third quarter break to try and get better. But it looks like he's going to be okay as he's able to walk under his own power. I'm sure they'll get that ankle taped, and he'll probably return.
I've got some breaking news for you, Joe.
Okay.
As Matthew Paul heard all the praise and appreciates it. Of course, we appreciate his whole family. And, of course, Skylar Sigmund came in and let us know that the final in that Triton game, 27-16. Triton's
been a solid program over the years. So that's unfortunate for Pioneer after that big win over 5A Hammond Central last week. But the Hoosier North Athletic Conference is no joke, especially Triton and LaVille, two of the stronger teams.
How far do you think we are from playing? Looks like the Giants still kind of on their sideline.
Yep, first and goal at the 6-yard line. No.
And I have no doubt that the Giants will probably be able to punch it in from this distance. Yep. The Berries are going to have to come over with a huge fumble 6.
Okay.
Or maybe I should call the opposite of what I think I hope will happen.
Well, the Berries, or at least the Giants, at least for one play, will have to do it without their starting quarterback, Tim Jones. They have it first down and 10.
Who they got out there?
Pardon, first and goal at the 6-yard line. It looks like it's going to be Bledsoe in at quarterback with the Wildcat formation, and brought down for a loss is Johnson. Lauren Taylor in on the stop right at the 5-yard line. And that might be the final play of the quarter, but Marion is already at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're ready to snap. I thought they might just let the clock run out and let Jones get time to heal, and that is indeed going to be the case as the quarter comes to an end. On the scoreboard, sponsored by Broadway Broadband, powered by Miami Cast REMC. We're through 3 quarters of play. Logansport 42, Marion 35. We'll step aside for a break. We'll have our fourth quarter when we return live from Logansport.
YouTube, while you're listening, I want to mention a few of our sponsors here on the radio since you can't hear their commercials. Charles A. Michaels, they are supporting us at the local radio station. hook them up with some heating and cooling business. Mike Anderson Auto, Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine, Broadway Broadband, Logansport Savings Bank, and I'm listening to a Josh Hopper commercial with his grandma right now. MPR Realty has been great for us. Mimi Renowans. The Winning Edge over there, a sporting goods store in Rochester. Make sure you hit them up. And Security Federal Savings Bank with my man, the swimming man myth, the legend, John Michael Price, who won a few meets for us that were very, very close.
Fourth quarter, Scotty Barron, make it happen. All right, welcome back to LMH Stadium. Marion has its 2nd down and goal at the 5-yard line. Jones remains on the sideline, so Bledsoe in the Wildcat formation as Marion has 3 running backs with Bledsoe. So you would expect to run. Logansport crowding the line of scrimmage to try and take away the run. Johnson gets the handoff around the right side, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run to Jaden Johnson, and the Giants are a point away from tying this game.
And Marion had to have that, Joe, as they were in, a fairly easy position for scoring when you're the kind of bigger, stronger team. Logansport tried to hold them back, but now we're kind of back in a tight situation unless they go for 2.
Well, I see no reason why they would. Is this kid been pretty good? Lucas Warner on point afters, 5 out of 5. Although the last one barely made it over the upright, but doesn't matter by how much as long as it goes through.
I'd like to know who taught him to walk backwards and do the sidestep. That is a fancy clutch maneuver.
Perhaps that's just something he decided, superstition. And we got flags on the play. I think Logansport was in the neutral zone, and that is going to be the case. So that'll be half the distance. Now does Marion decide maybe go for 2 to try and take the lead?
I'd say why not, Joe? I mean, really.
That's why the coaches get paid the big bucks. And Coach Chambers taking a look at his personnel over there. So far, though, no indication that he's just going to keep the kicking unit out there and try and tie this up with the point after.
I mean, the only question mark would be if they think they will have trouble scoring without their quarterback. I don't know if he's come back.
He's got his helmet on, and he's coming to the coaches. He's got a little bit of a limp, but I think he was trying to give it a go. But the Giants will just try to go for 1 here. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick, it is blocked. Well, Dave Packard, you said why not? They should go for 2, but it didn't happen.
Yep, we blocked their field or their extra point.
So the Berries have a 1-point lead, 42-41. And I guarantee you, Dave Packard, if that 1 point looms large throughout the game, Coach Chambers is going to say, why didn't I go for it when we had half the distance? But it's a results-oriented game, Dave, as you know. If it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't work, what were you thinking, Coach?
There's nothing I would like better than to erase this 12 minutes left in this game and win this ball game. But I have a feeling that scores may be coming from both of these teams, as this has just been a nonstop onslaught. But you better believe that I'm a lot happier with a 1-point lead than I was tied up.
42-41, Logansport with 11:55 to play here in the 4th quarter. The Giants will kick it off.
They're clapping their hands here.
So I'm trying to look for that for the Peru-Rochester game. That was a heck of a game just a few minutes ago. And there's 6 minutes to go. Peru 28, Rochester 23. Although that was posted on Twitter 28 minutes ago. The artist formerly known as Twitter on X.
The Berries have to figure out a way to not turn over the ball in this possession. They have an opportunity here to go up against this Marion Giants team.
Here's a line drive kick. Chris Devalier will field it at the 17-yard line. He'll set up a return up the middle, breaks a tackle across the 25, across the 30, out to the 34-yard line. A little extracurricular activity once again. John Moss in the middle of the action with Connor Kissel.
The Moss is back.
Yeah.
Moss grows on a rolling stone.
Well, there's been so much action, and now unfortunately injuries are starting to become a big story here as Marion's. Looks like that is Gage Stickan, who was not able to. Looks like he's favoring that left leg. So we have had a plethora of injuries here in the last few minutes. As much action as we've had, it's no wonder.
Yeah, these guys have expended enough energy for 2 games. I Joe, I mean, every play in this track meet has been a literal track meet. Full speed ahead, bouncing off of people, juking and jiving. I mean, it's been an incredible game to watch. And again, all those Logansport Berries fans that I heard from today that weren't sure if our team could measure up against a team like this, you were wrong. And that's why they play the games, and that's why the teams, have that kind of bond and chemistry, because they've really leveled up, I think, in this game. I think they can beat anybody, Joe. I mean, certainly people that aren't, ranked top 5 in the state.
Well, I think what got maybe raised some eyebrows was the way Marion played Kokomo last week, 35-20. A very, very close game. Perhaps that was
yeah, it's so hard to tell. Did Kokomo have kind of a rough week?
If they had a rough week, it just got rougher, because I just heard Clay Scott announce McCutcheon beat Kokomo 10-6. That's a final score. So
maybe Kokomo has something going on over there we didn't know about.
Well, we talked in the pregame show about how impressed we were with McCutcheon, and that was going to be a very interesting game at McCutcheon. The Mavericks, for real.
You talked about Captain Urban.
Yep.
A guy who sent me a video from his yacht one time to encourage the COVID seniors.
Okay.
you can look it up on YouTube. I made a video for the teachers to give well wishes to the seniors during COVID, and Urban put on his love boat captain's hat.
And all sorts of flags on the play. And I don't know if this is going to be a dead ball foul, as Baldini was hemmed in by Amir Howard, but
those officials turned into the color guard as 3 flags in a triangle went up at the same time.
Illegal shift on the Berries. That'll move them back 5 yards. That is their 3rd penalty, according to Big Willie's penalty tracker, for 20 yards down to the 29 where the ball will be spotted. And speaking of Captain Urban, his Harrison Raiders lead Lafayette Jeff 25-13 midway through the 4th quarter. Coach Urban was cautiously optimistic about his Raiders' chances against Lafayette Jeff tonight, and so far so good for Coach Urban and the Raiders. So following the 5-yard mark off, Logansport has it 1st down and 15 at their own 29-yard line, up 42-41. Now pitch to Isaac Russell around the left side, waiting for his blockers. He gets to the edge and across the 35-yard line. Good hard run that time for Russell. Give him forward progress out to the 36-yard line. So he got those 5 yards back that they lost and a couple more. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 on a 7-yard pickup for Isaac Russell. Clock running as we approach 11 minutes to play, 4th quarter. It's been a fun one here. Logansport on top, 42-41. As we are approaching 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time, one of the latest games we've had, but no complaints. It's been well worth every minute that we've been out here tonight. Now Walker in motion to the right. He'll get the pitch around the right side. Baldini tries to find someone to block, and he does.
My.
And Walker with a nice run. We got flags on the play.
Big hit.
That could be a face mask, I'm guessing, because that came on the hit. Flag comes in at the last minute. The play stands. Walker's out at the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. They mark him at the 39, so make it 3rd down and 5. But I think that will be grabbing the face mask on Marion. And that's going to be a 15-yard mark off. And a 1st down as the ball will be moved into Marion territory on that 15-yard penalty. We'll take it from the Logansport 39-yard line to the Marion 46-yard line. That's where the Berries will have it for a new set of downs. 1st down and 10.
Caden Walker's been setting a standard tonight, just all over the field and making plays left and right. And it's just been an incredible show.
And now after the penalty has been enforced and the chains have moved, the clock restarts. 10 minutes, 35 seconds to go, 4th quarter. Logansport 42, Marion 41. And the Berries have it 1st down and 10. Now, her back to pass.
Oh, no.
Ball slipped right out of his hands, and he will fall on it. As her, I think, had Isaac Russell open on the right sideline, and it slipped right out of his hands, and a big loss back to the 44-yard line. I'll give Bryson credit, Dave. He didn't try to do too much with that.
No, he
could have made a bad situation worse. He just fell on it, take the loss, and try to regroup and get the yards back here on the 2nd down play.
Yeah, it just went right out of his hands, Joe, like he was doing a backward lateral on purpose, and he had to turn his back, and the way his feet are moving, he had no chance to even rubberneck to see.
Nope.
It was no turnover. Nobody really around him, but that shows you what we lose when the quarterback can't run around.
Loss of 10 on the play, so 2nd down and 20. Baldini gets a handoff around the right side into Marion territory, and he gets most of that yardage back that they lost on that previous play. Gets back to the previous line of scrimmage to the 46-yard line. So 3rd down. I'll mark it at the 47. So 3rd down and 11 for the Berries. Just very, very impressed with what we've seen out of Elliot Baldini here in the second half. With the Valier banged up a little bit at the end of that second quarter. We've not seen him on offense here in this third quarter, or in the second half, beg your pardon. And Baldini has stepped up and done an outstanding job for the Berries. And here's the big play. 3rd down and 11. Logansport has it at their 47-yard line. They'd love to get close, at least give Caden Walker a chance to fake a punt on 4th down if they don't pick up the 1st down here. Her back to pass, puts it up for Isaac Russell, and the pass is broken up. Good coverage that time by the Marion Giants. That was Jeremiah Johnson on the coverage, and the Berries will be forced to punt this one away. And Caden Walker will have to be 100% sure, Dave, that he can make the 1st down if he even thinks about faking it.
Oh, my gosh.
4th and 11 is a whole lot different than 4th and 2, what we saw earlier in this game.
Yeah.
He successfully picked up a 1st down on the fake punt.
Gosh, it almost looks like a mile, like 20 yards to go.
Yep.
Against this formidable defense. I would probably punt it here.
Yep. So we'll see if Caden Walker does again. He took a look, but he will kick it away. And it goes right to one of the Marion return men. He's got some running room across the 15, across the 20, and a big hit by Deegan Kitchell short of the 30-yard line. So Guerrero on the return. He gets out to the 29-yard line, and that's where Marion will take over. 1st down and 10 with 9:21 to go. Logansport on top. 42-41, and we'll see if Tim Jones is able to come into the lineup after that ankle injury.
And Caden kind of came out running to the right for the rugby kick, and I think he just held it for a little bit longer just to get some of those Marion Giants to bite a little bit before he kicked it. But I think he was going to kick that all the way, and pretty good for the field position's pretty good for the Berry defense.
Yep, not bad at all. Tim Jones is back in there after that sprained ankle. That's good news for the Marion Giants. And now he'll fake the handoff, and he is going to be brought down as there was some miscommunication as the running back went left. He went to handoff to the right. Nobody was there. As my old coach John Craven said, if you missed the handoff, just follow the hole where it was supposed to go. But there was no hole. Good job by that Berries defense. Loss of a yard. Back to the 28, 2nd and 11.
I tell you what, we were highlighting a lot of kind of sophomores on this Marion team. Of course, we're loaded with sophomores as well. And the Berries really standing up well against their young counterparts.
2nd down and 11. Marion has it. Johnson gets the pitch from Jones. And he has a 1st down as he's knocked out of bounds by Elliot Baldini. Good job by Baldini following a minimal gain out to the 32-yard line, 4-yard pickup for Johnson. It will be 3rd down and long.
And as I try to hold back my heart attack, Joe, just what a game this has been. Now a game of possessions. If this drive takes a long time and they don't get anything out of it, the Berries are in a really good position to win this game.
3rd down and 7 for the Giants. 3 receivers split out to the left. 1 receiver to the right, Johnson in the backfield with Jones. I wonder about Jones' mobility following that ankle injury. If he's still able to run with the same effectiveness. Now he puts it up the pass and is going to be intercepted by Isaac Russell. He had perfect coverage, and he looked like the receiver on that one, Dave. And I'm sure Mr. Jones would like to have that one back, as Isaac Russell was all over that receiver. And the interception gives the Berries the ball back.
He's been doing that all year, Joe. And as I looked at Isaac Russell, when that ball went in the air, Isaac Russell definitely became the receiver.
Yep.
As he looked back and he was running for the ball, and he didn't care where the receiver was, and able to get inside of the receiver and catch that. And if the Berries can figure out a way to milk this clock down, they're going to be in very good shape to win this game.
8:38 to go. Logansport 42, Marion 41. The Berries have it 1st down at their own 37-yard line. Isaac Russell split out wide to the left. Baldini remains in at fullback for the Berries. Jackson Walker in motion. Baldini gets the handoff up the middle. Baldini is hit at the line of scrimmage. Is able to fall forward for a couple. Make the second man miss. Falls forward to the 44-yard line. Nice job by Baldini to come up with 5 or 6 yards. Turn something into nothing into something. Berries are going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st down, and they will have to kick it away.
But I tell you what a great run there by Baldini. Made a spin, made one guy miss, did some stutter steps, and really made as much as he could out of that run.
And it does give the Berries a chance to perhaps fake it, as Caden Walker
Oh,
They
man.
only need 3 yards to go, and Marion does not have anyone back to receive this kick. So we'll see. Now Marion does send the man back, Jeremiah Johnson, standing at about his own 23-yard line to field this punt from Caden Walker. Walker put his foot into it. It is fielded by Johnson across the 25, across the 30, still on his feet, across the 40, into the open field, into Logansport territory. He is still on his feet before he's finally brought down, all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Wow.
What a return that time from Jeremiah Johnson, and Marion is in business with another short field. First down and 10 at the Logansport 40-yard line. Plenty of time. 6:53 to go here in quarter number 4.
Well, I tell you what, these balls are coming off of Caden's foot, kind of straight sideways, end over end, kind of flat. And I thought they'd be maybe hard to field. I thought they'd be, a great kick for people with maybe not sure hands, but Marion able to get to the right sideline, able to make something out of it, and it just became a cluster. All the blockers running into the ball carriers.
Now handoff to Johnson. He has positive yardage for Marion down to the 36-yard line, gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 4. Marion down just a point, so a field goal would give them the lead.
Oh, boy, Joe. What a game.
Second down and 6. Now Jones sets up a bubble screen. Inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line is Joseph Johnson, and a first down for Marion. Johnson hobbled ever so slightly. Looks like he's favoring his right ankle. But Marion has it first down and 10 at the Logansport 24-yard line. Clock restarts after the chains reset. 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Logansport 42, Marion 41. And we're going to get a stoppage of play as Johnson, as we said, injured his ankle, made it all the way to the other end of the field. It ran out of juice. It has to be helped to the bench. So the official stopped the clock to allow him to get to the sidelines safely. First down and 10. Marion has it at the Logansport 24-yard line. Johnson in the backfield to the right of Tim Jones in the gun. Now Jones fakes the handoff. Will keep it himself on a quarterback keeper. He makes the first down inside the 15, inside the 10. And he is going to be almost down, but there's going to be a flag on the play. And that might be a blindside block. As Maroc took a big hit from Lakar Bledsoe, and Bledsoe is slow to get up. He might have taken the worst of that. Or is it a block in the back? In any event, it's going to be against Marion, erasing the touchdown. Fourth penalty, according to the Big Willie's penalty tracker, for 42 yards.
I'll tell you what, any question marks I had about Tim Jones' health after that big hit that had him down was just erased, as he looked like he was fresh off of the first quarter.
So after the mark off, it is going to be first down. First down and 6. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Beg your pardon, first and 5, so they need to get to the 14-yard line to get a first down. First down and 5 for Marion. With 5:50 to go, fourth quarter, Logansport on top, 42-41. Jones, we got a flag on the play, and we're going to get a false start on the Giants. Big Willie's penalty tracker has been called into action twice in the last 2 plays. 5th penalty for 47 yards for the Giants. It'll remain first down, but now first down and 10. Back at the 24-yard line.
We needed that, Joe. I mean, this drive is everything as the Berries cling into this 1-point lead. Under 6 minutes to go. And we got to stop Marion here, I mean, and we could win this thing.
Again, Marion down a point, so a field goal will give them the lead. You wonder how the range of Lucas Warner, as it stands right now, 41-yard field goal, you'd think that'd be a little bit out of his range. Now Jones back to pass, puts it up for grabs, and it's almost intercepted.
Oh, and it's a flag.
They're going to throw a flag on Caden Walker, who looked like there may be interference on Walker, who made some contact, but looked like he was going for the ball as he broke that up with Bledsoe. But they threw the flag, and I think it's going to be pass interference on Caden Walker, and that is a tough call because he made a good play on the ball. But they say he made contact with the receiver before the ball got there, so pass interference will move it down to the 12-yard line. And the down again will remain first down. So this is a...
I wonder if I can get a replay of this, Joe. And I'm looking at it.
So first and 10, Marion has it at the Logansport 12-yard line.
And it looks like Caden got there a little bit early, kind of gave him a shoulder nudge before that pass got there.
Okay. So Jones hands off to Johnson. Johnson's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward down to the 10-yard line for a 2-yard pickup. Second down and 8 for the Giants. And they're definitely in field goal range now for Warner. Although
he looks like a professional out there the way he lines up.
His previous PAT was blocked, and the one before that just barely cleared the upright. So how much confidence does the Giants coaching staff have in their kicking game after that previous one was blocked? We'll see. 2nd down and 8 for Marion. Now Jones, bubble screen to Bledsoe. Bledsoe, ball is loose and on the turf.
Yes!
Logansport comes up with it. It is Tate Strong with the recovery. And Logansport's defense comes up with a huge stop.
Holy cow, that ball popped out of there. We have a Marion Giant down.
I believe it's Bledsoe.
The Berries did a great job of hopping on that ball. It was out there for everybody to see. A lot of black jerseys on it.
Yep, Tate Strong with the recovery. There were a lot of Berries in the neighborhood. But credit, Deegan Kitchell forces the fumble, and Tate Strong with the recovery with 4 minutes and 48 seconds to play. Here in quarter number 4, Logansport 42, Marion 41. And unfortunately, Dave, we've just had a ton of injuries here in the last, the tail end of the third quarter. Here in the fourth quarter, we've had several guys injured on both sides. That's the one thing you just hate to see. You don't want to ever see anybody get hurt.
Yeah, there's been so many injuries in this second half, particularly, but yeah, all game long, a lot of injuries. But what a big play by the Berries with the Marion Giants in field goal range to be able to stop them, and we will see. Hopefully, this young man's okay out here, but we will see how this kind of all shakes out in the end. Well, Berries in very good position.
The Purdue Boilermakers are trying to get Steve Clary a win. They're now down 30-17 with about 11 and a half minutes to go in the fourth quarter against the Wisconsin Badgers at Ross-Ade Stadium. In case you missed it, Kokomo knocked off by McCutcheon 10-6. The Mavericks I'd have to characterize that as an upset, as good as we thought that McCutcheon was last week. Kokomo was in the top 5 in 4A, but McCutcheon with an impressive victory. So Bledsoe,
oh boy, Joe.
It's not Bledsoe, beg your pardon. That is Jaden Johnson, I believe, who's able to, good news, he's able to get off under his own power, but he is walking very gingerly on that right ankle. So we have just a ton of kids there injured late in this third quarter here throughout the fourth quarter. But the Berries foul on the turnover, have it 1st down and 10 at their own 14-yard line. We hear coaches talk about the 4-minute drill. And they would love to put a 4-minute drive together and
the Berries
drain this clock.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I mean, the Berries have shown that they can move the ball against this team, and they just need to do it one more time.
So Baldini gets the handoff around the left side, cuts it to inside. Nice run by Baldini out to the 20-yard line. Solid gain of 6 yards on 1st down. As Elliott has been outstanding in relief of Chris Devalier, who hurt his ankle late in the second quarter. We've seen him in the game limited since then, not at all in the backfield, but Baldini has more than stepped into that role. So following a 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4 for the Berries. Clock running, 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Logansport clinging to a 1-point lead, 42-41. I'm sure Bryson Hurd would like to run as much clock in between plays as he can. Still 8 seconds to go on that play clock. Now he hands off to Baldini. Baldini hit right at the line of scrimmage. He does the bounce off that tackle and fall forward for 2 yards. Well done by Baldini. So he gets a 2-yard gain on 2nd and 4. So 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down play for the Berries.
I didn't think that he was going to get those 2 yards,
I didn't either.
Joe. He got rocked, but able to keep going, and I'm ready to see what the Berries dial up here on 3rd and 2. Only 3 minutes and 40 seconds left with the clock running. Berries up by 1 late, about ready to maybe seal this thing.
Russell split out wide to the right. Baldini in at fullback. Baldini gets the handoff. He will have very close to the 1st down. Some second effort that time. And he may have gotten the Kyle Rosie playing official from that center position trying to get that 1st down. It is very close. All depends on the spot. As Baldini did a nice job getting some extra effort. And the officials will call timeout and bring the chain gang out.
They weren't too kind to us last time the chain gang came out, so I don't know if I can trust these guys.
Well, it is hard to tell. And then, of course, the official kneels right in front of the football, so we can't see. But well, the Berries, like you said, didn't get the break the last time on the measurement. Let's see if they can get the break this time.
I'll take it this time, Joe, if they want to throw us one. But boy, decision time. Yeah. I mean, you're within inches, but so close to your darn goal that you hate to in a 1-point game. Just give it right back to them. But there it is.
It's a 1st down, and we should have known. Kyle Rosie told us from the jump that it was a first down. We should have trusted you, Kyle.
I believed you, Kyle.
So first down, got it by about a half yard. So the chain giveth and the chain taketh away. So, but it giveth here the second. This on the second one. As the Berries missed by about a half yard on the first measurement, they got this one.
As long as they giveth when it counts,
That's
Joe.
right. So the clock will restart following the first down to 3 minutes to play. Logansport 42, Marion 41. Still 15 seconds to go on the play clock. So Bryson Herr in no hurry to snap this football. I believe Marion has 2 timeouts remaining. So Baldini gets the handoff, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now Marion will take a timeout.
Johnson
with
has his
2:47
hands
to go.
out. Like, what was that?
So PA announcer Clay Scott said it as their first timeout. So they still have 2 timeouts remaining. So they are going to be able to stop the clock after each of these next 2 plays. And we'll see if
Coach Johnson's fired up.
Yep. Well, somebody either missed an assignment or missed a block.
Well, as Coach Johnson gives his WTF speech to his team, man, they have played well tonight, and they have such a great dynamic down there between coach and players and players and other players, and these Marion Giants have given us all we can handle, but we've given them all we can do, and what a just awesome game. 2 strong teams. Some people didn't think the Berries, maybe had it in them to play so tough, but they played tough tonight and proved how good of a team they can be when everybody's kind of there on the same page.
Well, they did give Baldini a 1-yard gain on that first down carry, so it'll be second down and 9 with 2:47 to go, fourth quarter. Logansport 42, Marion 41. We've had a steady diet of Elliot Baldini up the gut on this drive, and it's worked so far. See if the Berries maybe try something different here on this second down play, as the Giants have stopped Baldini in these last couple of plays, although they did get the first down. So we'll see if maybe one of the Walker brothers, Caden and Jackson, at that wingback position with Baldini in at fullback. Isaac Russell split out wide to the right, and Bryson Herr under center. Second down and 9 for the Berries. Jackson Walker in motion. Now the counter play to Caden Walker. Makes one man miss. Makes another man miss. Gets to the edge across the 30.
My gosh.
Still on his feet. He is going to be brought down, but not before a first down. What a play by Caden Walker, who was trapped in the backfield, but a great move to get a first down.
And Caden looked like he was trying to win the Heisman there as he was making some Heisman poses and stiff-arming. The Berries are acting like they're playing I don't know who, but they are rocking this Marion team, and Marion probably didn't know what to think all night about this Berries team.
And I think that's a great job by the coaching staff, as they have really focused in on stopping fullback dive to Baldini, so they went with the counter play, and Caden Walker got some big yardage on a first down with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to play. Now Baldini on the fullback dive, and a nice move by Baldini to get 3 yards out to the 40-yard line. Second down and 7. Marion with 2 timeouts remaining, so they're not going to take one now. Try and save one for after second down and after third down. Now they'll rule his knee down at the 39-yard line, so only a 2-yard gain for Baldini. Second down and 8, but still 23 seconds to go on the play clock, so Bryson Herr taking his time as he had a long conversation with Coach Johnson on the sideline, and now he will trot into the huddle. He's trying to drain as much time off the clock. They'll be under 2 minutes by the time this ball is snapped, with 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Second down and 8. Logansport has it at their own 39-yard line. Now Baldini gets the handoff. He has the first down, and more. A great stiff arm from Baldini. He's going to be very close. I beg your pardon, Dave. I said first down, and I think he's going to be just short. Knocked out at the 46-yard line. It'll be third down and a yard. The only bad news for the Berries on that was he stepped out of bounds, so the clock stopped with 1:52 to go. And Marion still with 2 timeouts to go.
Berries not playing tonight like a one-win team.
No.
They have been incredible from the jump, where they shocked Marion by throwing on their first pass a big run back and then a big pass to get that first touchdown. And they've kept the lead a little bit consistently, but here is Logansport trying to close this one out.
So third down and a yard. Logansport has it at the 46-yard line. Now Christovalier in, who will have the first down into Marion territory at the midfield stripe. And a great job by that left side of the offensive line, as Devalier had a little bit of running room, and that's all the big fella needed. And he did the rest. First down for the Giants, or for the Berries, right at the midfield stripe.
And this is where I asked one of the businesses in town to go grab a bunch of pizzas and deliver them to this locker room. You got time, run down to Little Caesars, get yourself 10 pizzas and deliver them to this locker room, because these boys, I bet they're going to be hungry. And if we can just close it out here, they're going to be so happy after this game.
Clock continues to run down to 1:15. Marion down to with just 2 timeouts remaining. Still 8 seconds to go on the play clock. So the Berries doing a great job letting valuable seconds run off the clock in between plays. First down and 10 for the Berries.